NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast, is made possible through contributions from listeners like you. To help support the podcast and to earn exclusive rewards, head to www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. That's www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. Believe it!
Hey everyone, this is Naruto Uzumaki, and you're listening to NaruTalk. Believe it!
Hello everyone, welcome back to NaruTalk, the greatest podcast ever to be all about Naruto. I'm your host, Liam English, and with me as always, although actually for the first time officially as a co-host, is my co-host, Morgan Williamson.
Hello my friends, I've missed you all so dearly.
Oh my gosh, that stuff felt great! So just before we pressed record, Morgan sprayed this strange, smelly substance on her face, and I said, nice moisturizer, or something.
That's not what you said.
What did I say?
You said, moisturized?
Oh, yes. Well, I was wondering. But you told me that it was wake you up juice. And so...
Also not what I said.
That. You said, I feel awake now, and then you said, wake me up juice.
Right. Well, I needed a little bit of wake me up juice, so literally as soon as we sprayed it in my face, I pressed record, so I'm wildin' right now. I'm going a little crazy. I am also joined for the first time officially, but for the second time... by my new co-host, Katie Sideri.
Hi.
Hi, Katie.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, you don't really have to. You don't have to have a thing.
Right
It's
now.
okay. You just have to say hello. And
Hi.
of course, as always, we are joined by my fabulous co-host, Raj.
And to my left is my fabulous co-host, Liam English.
Well,
Liam, give it up for the crowd. Thanks, crowd.
thanks, Raj. Good. So it's good that we have this team now. Isn't that fun? And if you're thinking to yourself, wow, new co-hosts on episode 9 of your podcast? That's madness. We've come so far. Well, then you might be thinking, I need a recap or like a question and answer to get these hosts better. Well, there's a little bonus episode coming your way soon. But stay around to the outro and I'll fill you in a little more on that. Okay, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, the basic idea is we watch 2 to 4 episodes of Naruto a week. 2 of us are longtime super fans and 2 of us are newcomers to the show. And then we just NaruTalk about it, hence where the name comes from. Okay. Little bit of news before we get into this week's summaries, and unfortunately, it is not happy news. Do you guys know the dude with the face paint who's been on the recent episodes, Konkuro? His voice actor, Michael Lindsay, died this past Friday.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, that's so
I
sad.
know. Yeah, and it sucks because it was literally like a day after we met him on the podcast, in the show.
Oh, I thought I missed something.
Oh, like he thought that he was here.
He was here. He came.
Where was I?
He came and then died.
No, but yeah, no, it's well, I guess that's kind of all life, isn't it? It comes, then it dies. I didn't mean in a sexual way. No, I meant like it comes to this earth, and then
It sounded in a sexual way.
all right. No, but he plays Konkuro, obviously, and he also played a character on another anime called Bleach named Kisuke Urahara. It doesn't really matter, but I used to dress up as him on the playground, and so,
That's so cute.
I liked this guy's character a lot, and it's sad that he's dead. He was an excellent voice actor, so, rest in peace and everything.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, no, it's well.
said
I said
Silence.
moment of silence and you proceeded to talk.
The moment was quick. Look at there's a break. Anyways, pause the podcast and take a moment of silence. This week, we have watched episodes 23, 24, and 25 of Naruto, which is the entire first section of the Chunin Exams.
Very exciting.
So, without any further ado, let's
Naruto
talk about it. We open moments after episode 22 ended with Team 7 preparing to enter room 301, the registration room for the exam. Kakashi has stopped them just before the entrance to inform them that, though he claims that each individual genin could decide whether or not to take the exam for themselves, they're actually only eligible if the entire squad registers.
Serious opening,
There's
man.
a lot.
Interesting mind game, though,
Crazy.
right? Because Sakura
Yeah.
really wasn't going to do it.
She was mad.
She's like, so you're telling me that if I didn't do this,
Yeah.
they couldn't do it?
Kakashi plays a lot of games with these kids.
I
No,
love it,
but
yeah.
it's smart, because all of his friends are dead, so he knows what works or what doesn't.
Yes. Okay, wait. It's true. All his friends are
What?
dead. There was in one of the episodes they do a training exercise at like a right next to this gravestone.
Oh.
And Kakashi is like, oh, all the names on here are of great heroes. And so Naruto's like, God damn, I want my name to be on there super badly. And then Kakashi's like, no, these are all the heroes who died in combat, and all of my friends are on here.
Rip.
Oh,
I know, isn't that fucked up?
That's awful.
Yeah, but you know,
That's how it go in the ninja world.
that's how it. You know, it is how it go in the ninja world. There's no two ways about it. You come, then you die. And that's true.
And then you're a hero.
Well, sometimes depends.
Always.
on
Other
how you
times
see it.
you're like a bridge builder or some shit.
Yes.
You're a hero to somebody.
Yeah.
Be a hero.
Believe it. Sakura demands to know why he lied, and Kakashi admits that he didn't want peer pressure, feelings, or obligation to affect their decision.
Cool guy.
Yeah.
She like got called out.
Yeah.
Like
She needs to get called out for that.
like take her down.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, because he was calling her out like the second the episode started. He was like,
Well, he calls her
"Hey,
out
Sakura,
all the time.
You're here. Wow."
Yeah, I know. I probably didn't expect it. Had they not all introspectively decided on taking the exam, none of them could have. Fortunately, all three have united to take the test, and Kakashi, for maybe the first time ever, says he's proud of them.
That melted
it
my
was
heart.
it was very heartwarming.
It was kind of nice,
It was
right?
beautiful,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know the characters well enough to know that was like a big deal.
Right,
It
but-
was heartwarming.
Well, so like,
But, like,
in the
yeah.
context that Kakashi like didn't even think that like Sakura was gonna show
Yeah.
up, to say he's proud of them, it means a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
He really-
exactly.
He
That's
really
really
gave
true.
like a lot of shit about.
That's the
this
thing.
Yeah.
Even without really context, Kakashi's character, you can just kind of tell how much of a bitch he is.
Yeah.
And so, like, to have him be genuine with them is
Yeah.
that's a pretty big.
You really can kind of
Yeah,
tell.
It was heartwarming, one might say.
Oh yes, you did say that some time ago. Good call. But anyways, the group enters the testing room, and within, they're shocked to find that the room is filled to the brim with genin, their headbands representing a vast assortment of origin villages.
I thought that was so cool. I didn't realize all the villages had different headbands. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
I did know that, but like I didn't really realize it until I saw the other ones, and I was like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
They all have,
yeah.
like, their own little thing.
It's great for selling toys
Yeah.
because
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
well, when I was a kid, my mom bought me a Naruto headband.
Oh.
I wore it for like a week and then I got bullied out of it.
Oh.
But but it was she was like, "Oh, do you want the little squiggly circle design that is Naruto's?" And I insisted that I wanted the hourglass, the sand
Oh,
village
no.
one because well, the guy who plays Gaara, his name is Liam O'Brien.
oh my gosh.
Which is
So funny.
hilarious.
No.
Liam
When I
thing.
found that out as a kid, he was my favorite character.
Dude, even as like a weeb, I
Mm-hmm.
like did not remember the fact there was like 7 different like ninja band designs.
Yeah, there's like a ton.
Because I like
That's so cool.
Did
like
you
in-
coin that term, or is that actually what they're called? Because I
Ninja
really
band?
like Ninja Band.
dude, I don't know.
Because you can't really call them headbands because these motherfuckers wear them in all
Yeah.
different types of
Yeah.
ways.
Which is
Yeah.
incredible. Like
I mean, you have to accessorize.
ninja,
Yeah,
but make it fashion.
But
exactly.
make it fashion.
Dude, that could be like so our merch, like our tagline.
Oh
for,
my
like,
god,
a
that would be a
shirt.
great t-shirt.
Yeah. Can I
Ninja,
do
but
that?
make it fashion.
Can we do that?
That's a really
Yay,
good
yes,
idea.
kids!
All right,
Expect
guys.
them soon.
Possible future NaruTalk merch. Anyways, all of these guys with all these different headbands, and girls, of course. And you know what? All of these different people. Gender's a construct.
Ninjas are a gender.
The point
on
is,
their own.
they're already glaring at Team 7. Suddenly, Ino runs up behind Sasuke and jumps onto his back, gushing about how handsome he is and how much she missed him.
Dude.
This was alarming.
Yeah. Because
As-
you guys hadn't met Ino.
No. And then she was just there with her sassy ponytail and bangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, hello? Who are you?
Yeah. Well, like, so we don't actually know anything about, like, her backstory or anything. Pretty much all we've ever gotten is what we got in this episode.
Oh,
she just
really?
shows up and teases Sakura.
Oh.
And Sakura gets pissed off.
She was so aggressive.
It's so, like, wow.
Yeah.
It was a
Dude,
lot.
Like,
Yeah.
I think the fate of being a female character on Naruto is like worse than death. You're like so fucking one-dimensional and
Yeah.
like,
Well, Kishimoto, the author, has admitted like many times that he struggles to write females.
Oh,
And I think it's
yeah.
pretty clear since pretty much all of them you have one personality trait and the second note is they like Sasuke.
pretty
That's
much
fair.
it. Yeah.
Right, so Ino's all up on Sasuke and which naturally pisses Sakura off.
Of course.
And she yells at Ino calling her a porker.
Which was
Dude, even dude, Kakashi,
Fantastic.
like, come on, he did this whole speech. He's like, even with your like attention to Sasuke, you still. But the first thing she does,
Yeah,
is just
I know.
care about Sasuke. Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Well, to be fair, Ino is crossing some lines here.
There are no lines. Sasuke hasn't established anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, I texted Raj while I was watching this. I was like, so Sasuke definitely could have gotten out of this if he wanted to.
Exactly.
Like, we know even from his fight with Lee, we know he can move at like super speed. So he definitely saw her coming up and he was like, yeah, alright, this is cool.
That's fair.
But he had to be a little angry because Sakura's still there, you know?
Well, treat him mean, keep him
no.
keen. That's what they say.
Oh
I fucking hate that.
See,
Oh,
I heard that
jeez.
earlier in the week and I was like, ooh, I have to say that. That's such a terrible expression.
no. That's horrible.
That is god awful.
Yeah, but it exists, so
Why does Live, Laugh, Love exist?
Because
I like Live, Laugh, Love. That's all I'm trying to do,
No,
man.
that's the thing is that, like, from Live, Laugh, Love, we've gotten, like, the most suburb, like, borderline Wonder Bread personality people.
I suppose. Yeah.
Wow.
No. I think that you just have to, like, the
Live, Laugh, and Love? A little.
Well,
I know,
sure,
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the motto of this podcast could be Live, Laugh, Love,
Believe it.
Believe it.
the motto of this podcast
good at
could
saying
be
that.
anything.
That's
Believe
true.
it.
Be ninja.
Believe
Wait,
it.
what is it?
Ninja, but make it fashion. No.
Okay, sorry. Ninja, but make it fashion.
It's right here.
Believe it. Oh, you wrote
I
it.
wrote it in a notebook.
That's
for
excellent.
merch.
You know what is a good
love
little
that.
expression though? We are all meant to be happy.
If we
I don't
are...
know if that's true.
I have a sign that says that in my room that Liam just read that off.
Yeah,
of,
it's
which
right
is
above
where that came from.
our recording space. I like that
Yeah.
one.
I mean, if we're talking about, like, ninja-related words,
Sure.
like, the way I such as we are all meant to be happy, it's very ninja.
Well, a classic ninja expression.
Yeah.
Dude, Zabuza said that shit.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
But the way I write my notes out, for some reason, I write Naru notes.
Oh, I
Oh,
love that.
So
that's so
cute.
cute.
I think I peaked at that point. I haven't been, like, okay since.
It's like
Oh, no.
it's like there was an episode where Naruto said, "I can't believe it,"
It's just
and
so
it just
wrong.
changed.
It's
Oh,
so
no.
weird.
I know, isn't that sad?
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking, except every time Naruto says believe it, I get a little
Yeah,
bit
you kind
mad.
of want to beat the shit out of it. Yeah. But so Ino detaches from Sasuke, but still leaves her arm around him, and she roasts Sakura's forehead, which I know. And even you guys have only seen 3 episodes before this, and already it's established that Sakura is super insecure about her forehead.
Her forehead
Yeah,
isn't even
why?
that big.
I don't. Yeah, it really isn't.
But once you're insecure about something, you
Yes,
know,
I know. You're talking to the queen of having a large forehead.
Sure.
But it's not
I
even
don't
that
think
big.
That's true. Your forehead's not
It's
that
not
big.
that big at
But-
all, and now these
but
people who've never
how
seen
many
you and only
times
know
have
your
I
voice
been-
are picturing you with a giant
It
forehead.
is, but how many people have told me that I have a big forehead? So now I have this preconceived idea that my forehead is massive.
If you do fan art of us, make Morgan's forehead extra small. You can just cut out the forehead.
No,
Or
make
just
it,
give me
Eyebrows
bangs.
and hair.
I
no.
have bangs.
I think what people should do is make a drawing of all of us, but to like the king of the hill, like
Style?
not only style, but the position where they all stand in front of the fence.
Oh, yeah.
But then make Morgan's forehead big that it goes out of like the frame. It's just
Well,
expanding.
and then she'll see that, and she'll be like, "Well, I know my forehead's not that big."
I don't think I will say that.
You'll look at it and you'll go, "Oh, that's why I can't fit into buildings." Then you'll sleep outside.
Just for reference, that's extra funny because I'm tall.
Oh yeah.
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 Why
Yeah.
did you say that? Like,
Height.
oh yeah.
I don't know. It didn't
Well, that
register.
wasn't a joke.
I needed the reference too.
I didn't know Morgan was tall. I'm learning this for the first time.
Neither did I.
He's only ever seen you in forced perspective. Like there's always somebody closer to Raj, so he's just like, "Oh yeah, Morgan's pretty small." He sees you from across the room all the time, and he's like, "Oh, I'll just carry Morgan out of here, put her in my
He
pocket."
just doesn't understand the
Raj was
concept.
complaining before the podcast about how kids don't have object permanence. I don't even know what to call it when Raj doesn't have the ability to understand perspective.
depth perception or something.
Perspective
I don't-
perception.
I don't know. I
Pers-
tried.
Oh, I was trying to combine perspective and perception, but that would just be perception, I guess.
Yes, it would.
No, but it could also be
Perspection.
Perspection.
Perspection?
Perspiration? Sweating?
My brain is so
SPF
confused.
300? I don't know.
Yes. Anyway, so Ino and Sakura, they just sort of yell at each other for a little while, and then Ino does this thing called a kanbei, which I only wrote down because it's in like a lot of anime and shit,
Yeah.
when they stick out their tongue and pull on their eye.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, I think it's like a Japanese thing.
Yeah,
Probably,
it's just
which
like-
is probably why I didn't get
Right,
it.
which is why I went through the trouble of like looking up the name. You know what I
you're
mean?
great at this.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I can Wikipedia like nobody's business. Wikipedia and thesaurus.com.
Hold on. I like how you just made Wikipedia a verb.
Yeah, Wikipedia is a verb.
Wikipedia has been a
Okay.
verb
Yeah.
since day one.
I don't say I write essays. I say I Wikipedia essays.
What?
You know, like write an essay on this book. All right, Wikipedia summary, and then
Do you know? Are you
Yeah, but
serious?
I think this is
nobody
called
says I
plagiarism.
Wikipedia.
No, it's not
essay.
plagiarism.
I'm starting it right now. Yeah, it's not
Because the
plagiarism.
thing is, Wikipedia is open source. Anyone can edit it. Who's to say Liam's not editing his own shit?
It's inspiration.
For real.
Yeah.
I use essaytyper.com. You just kind of
Now,
smash keys.
That might be plagiarism.
You just mash keys and it forms sentences. It's insane.
Interesting.
Yeah, that one veers a little closer.
You
to
ever
plagiarism.
wanted to write a 400-page essay in 20 seconds just holding on the
Well,
space
that's what
key?
you do if you're on cool math games for kids in one tab, and then in the other tab you have instant essay writer. So your mom comes in the room and you can smash on a couple
Dude,
keys.
you know the
really quick.
games.
Yeah,
you
it's-
know what we do.
I know how to not do
Shout
homework.
out Cool Math Games.
I didn't almost fail out of high school for nothing. But I did. The remainder of Ino's squad, Shikamaru and Choji, again eating potato chips.
Oh,
Yeah, just like last time.
goodness.
Oh, and well, actually, I'll say this right after I introduce everyone. They come up to mock Team 7, and Shikamaru decides it's not even worth the effort. He's the dude with the ponytail?
I love this guy. And I love the way Naruto describes him. He's like, fucking, Shikamaru was the laziest kid ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Choji just eats shit. You know,
Fair.
annoying.
Yeah, well, Naruto does this thing that's, I mean, it's great for you guys.
Yeah.
A little, I think that the showrunners thought that this would be a lot of people's first arcs because they walk you through everything, like really clearly.
Well, that's the thing with, I'm assuming, like, how most manga to anime things go the first season.
Yeah,
Like,
it was just like a test.
not even like a test. Like, they would know that if it doesn't hit the West and, like, blows up,
Right,
then they
right.
can't keep going.
So now the first season hit, and now they're like, let's really get these
Yeah.
fuckers introduced.
That's like the shit with, like, Phineas and Ferb, how there's only, like, 104 days.
Wait,
and
is
then
Phineas and Ferb based off a manga?
Wait.
No, dude, no, the thing is, Phineas and Ferb peaked in every form of thing. Like, you can't do music past Phineas and Ferb because they
Oh,
did
yeah.
it well. They built shit.
Wait, are
Why
you
would
saying
no?
are you saying no music?
I'm not just
ever
saying
been
no
a-
music, I'm saying
No
no
music.
nothing. Phineas and
Nothing.
Ferb did it all.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so you know how,
Phineas
like,
and Ferb is like football. It does all the art.
Football.
Today's the first. Oh, wait, now I can hashtag this football, so it
Awesome.
might get more likes on shit.
Happy Football Day.
Yeah, football starts or
Football.
something. None of us know. Anyways, keep going.
But like the theme song is like there's 104 days summer vacation,
Right.
but it goes way past
Yeah,
104 because
yeah.
they thought they were gonna get canceled, and it's shit like that.
They're bringing it back. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
Oh, we're no longer
Oh.
peaking.
No. I don't want to have to pay for it.
I know, but Disney Plus is like way cheaper than Netflix,
But
and
I
it
don't
comes
wanna-
with Hulu.
No, that's the thing is that Disney
No,
Plus
you
is just
said we
swinging
could,
really hard out the gate with a lot of
Oh
nostalgia.
yeah, to
bait.
steal you. Yeah,
It's like oh
That's
they
not fair.
because they're
At
like
Fox.
obviously people want Ewan McGregor. People
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
want they like Boba Fett, but never got anything besides like Star Wars
Exactly,
Bounty
yeah.
Hunter with Django.
there's a
Boom,
little
boom.
Star Wars show coming out first day.
There's a lot of things coming out of Disney Plus.
Oh, I can go so hard with the hashtags this week. Hashtag
You're
Disney Plus.
welcome.
Hashtag Star Wars. I love it.
Just for the listeners, there was also a little finger dance motion, like spirit fingers, happening while he did that ad just then.
Oh yeah. Well, it's I'm absorbing the Disney in the air.
Is there Disney in the air?
I'm sure that Disney owns some of the air. Yes.
Does Disney also own the wake up spray?
Maybe.
Is that why you're
I've
so
been
worried?
meaning to look. Actually, Raj, do you know? Does Disney own any music labels? Because like Sony does,
Probably.
like a ton.
Well, the only one I know off the top of my head is their own Disney Channel original.
Well, sure.
Like, music
and
thing.
don't get me wrong.
Hannah Montana's
Oh,
crazy.
introducing me from Camp Rock 2, an actual classic.
Camp
I
Rock
love that
1,
song.
fucking everything about
Oh,
that movie
it's-
was great.
It's. I don't mean to talk shit about Disney Channel originals in the slightest.
Even to this day, I still do like the whole whatever Major Loser thing
Yeah.
from Camp Rock. It is.
You have
it's
to,
amazing.
because
It's
if you
so good.
don't, then you're a major loser.
Morgan brings
Well-
up a good point.
Got me
Oh,
there.
Sakura has so much real estate on her forehead to do the whatever major
Stop! You're breaking my
no.
heart. Also, I just started planning Sakura cosplay.
Yeah. If I get us to New York Comic Con, can we all dress up?
Yes.
That'd be so fun.
Katie?
I'll never
You
go
could
to
be
a
the
Comic
one
Con
with the
without dressing
ponytail.
up.
Or Katie can be Kakashi. So I can be Naruto, Raj can be Sasuke, you can be Sakura, and Katie can be.
I think you're just saying this
Oh,
because you want me
no.
to be in love with Raj.
Dude, nice wingman. Fuck it, up top.
Oh Oh man, that was excellent, Raj.
That was
Very good improv. Teammate pulls up, and Naruto introduces them as well, reminding us all of Hinata, who Naruto can't understand. Obviously has a crush on him. She's that girl with the no pupils.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it
that
sad?
was so obvious, and
I
he
know.
was just like,
He's dumb as fuck.
oh, but she was so in love with him.
Yeah.
Can I be her? She was
Who-
cute.
That's me in every situation.
I wrote that she was me at some point.
Wait, we're talking about Hinata?
Yeah,
Oh,
teammate. Yeah.
Dude, Hinata got like the real short end of the stick there, and Naruto's just like, just okay.
For real. Yeah.
Just fine.
Yeah. We also meet Kiba and his dog Akamaru.
I love the little dog.
I know, but Kiba's the worst.
He's a
I
dick.
know, but the dog. I don't
Oh,
care
the dog's
about the
right.
person,
Okay,
but the dog.
that's fair. That's
it's
fair.
a tiny little head dog.
He loves that dog so much.
I love that dog
well,
so
sure.
much.
All I'm saying is you won't be disappointed with where the story goes with that dog.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's some beautiful stuff.
I love dogs.
Yeah, and we also meet Shino, who's this guy that Naruto doesn't even know anything about.
just
He's got
weird.
these weird glasses and his what do you call it?
Glasses.
No.
Bandana.
the like it's like a big
Turtleneck.
thing.
Turtleneck.
Are you just naming articles of clothing?
that you can put over your face.
I know as much as we are.
Uh-huh.
I like forgot Shino had like a voice actor.
Yeah.
He sounds like a
Oh
really
my
bad
God.
Batman
Wait.
impersonator.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does. Actually, okay, so I wrote something when he talked. So Shikamaru is surprised that all of this year's graduating Genin is taking the Chunin exams. Kiba just kind of trash talks everyone, except for Sasuke. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm better than everyone, except maybe you, Sasuke. So Kiba's in love with Sasuke too.
Everybody just has a huge boner for
That
Sasuke.
was ridiculous.
But can you blame them?
I mean,
honestly?
simply
No,
no.
Raj. No, I can't.
Well, Choji daydreams about eating Akamaru, which is fucked up. He already has plenty of potato chips.
Dude, that was way too weird.
Right?
That's not okay.
So there's this, and then Choji sort of like lists forward trying to eat Akamaru, and Shino steps in front of him, and he's like, "Back off, buddy." But it's only because there's like a bug on the floor that he doesn't want Choji stepping on. It's so weird, so cartoony, and also the voice acting. It's like none of them had decided what voice to do yet. So they're just like, you say Shino sounds like a Batman impersonator. I think he sounded kind of Texan, which doesn't make any sense. Because he only had the one line, and he was like, "Back off, partner."
like he's a fucking king of the hill.
Well, yeah, well, with a little bit of Batman. Back off, partner. Yeah, it's fucking weird, right? Yeah. The tension in the group of 9 is palpable as an unfamiliar Genin approaches to warn them to quiet down, lest they make themselves a target. Their yelling has already seemingly pissed everyone in the room off.
Fair.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know. Imagine fucking 3 losers pulling up and then they just start yelling.
Dude, that's just us at our dining facility.
That's true. I mean, that's wherever I go, I just start yelling, so.
That is
They
very
act
true.
through a balloon-shaped football.
Oh, yeah.
Balloon-shaped football.
Well, so
Football-shaped balloon.
a balloon-shaped football. Yeah, so our dining facility, sometimes they try and spice things up a little bit, and the reason we were yelling about football earlier is because today's, obviously, as we said, football day,
day.
whatever that means. We're all
Happy Thursday.
yeah, we're
We
all
don't even
art
have
school
football
kids.
here.
Yeah, but so they decorated the entire hall as a footballness.
Yeah.
Thing.
it
You know,
was-
yeah, there was a truck in there with tailgate food in the back of
But it was really bad and had been sitting there for so long.
and also it was just off in a dark corner, which is not appetizing
No.
at
I
all.
ate
It
an
looked
ice
like a
cream
crime
sandwich
scene.
for dinner tonight.
Yeah, which is fair, I think.
Yeah.
You didn't even fuck with the dumplings?
Dude, I took one bite and
Yeah.
I wanted to cry.
Yeah, I mean, I had one when it was so hot that it just burned my
No,
mouth.
I'm like a total slut for dumplings.
Yeah.
That's all I crave, and that just made me so sad.
Listeners out there who have a crush on Raj. Oh, right. I forgot that Raj and Morgan is canon on the podcast now.
Well, we don't have to be dating, but if you would like to send me
I mean,
dumplings.
for the dumplings, Morgan.
Yeah, come on.
For the dumplings.
What if I send him dumplings?
Well,
I wouldn't have to be asking the
guys,
fans.
please. Katie and I are between you. Guys, come on. But this new shinobi, who introduces himself as Kabuto, excuses their rookie behavior. He's like, "Oh, I acted like that when I first took the test too," which was 7 times ago.
Jesus Christ.
I've never related to
Yeah.
anything more in my entire lifetime.
Wait, really?
Okay, so when I was in the 10th grade,
Uh-huh.
I was in
10th grade.
Algebra 2.
Oh, yes.
And the teacher offered quiz retakes, and you could retake it as many times as you needed to pass. And there was a time that she had to make a new quiz for me because I took all of the retakes that she had. So yes, I've never
Yeah, so
related
you really
to anything
relate.
more
That's very
in
true.
my entire life.
Well, as I said, I almost failed high school, so I too relate to that. But yeah, so the Chunin exams they happen twice a year, and he's been doing it for 4 years, which is
Dude went
A
through
lot of
high
years.
school again.
I know, for real.
That sucks.
Well, that's how we kind of know that, like, I think a lot of people in the Leaf Village just aren't Chunin. Like, I think,
No, they just suck. bro.
yeah. Well, because so the villages are like military for the bigger lands.
Yes.
So everyone in the Leaf Village and all the hidden villages, everyone in them is a ninja. Like, they all go to the ninja academy.
Oh.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they're all like Jonin or
They're
Chunin.
good.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're still like shopkeepers
so
and
they're
stuff.
So,
like-
so they're like, some of them are like state troopers and others are like mall cops.
Yes.
Got it.
And but so it's like even the Paul Blarts who are running the like ramen stores or whatever could still whoop any of our asses because they're all ninjas.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
It's like so fucky
Interesting.
because like you ever think about like the anxiety of going to college and you have no idea what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
These people train to be ninjas their whole life and they don't know what the Chunin exam is. And,
know.
and as we learn later, there's a lot of factors to it every year, and there's just like imagine just failing that shit and being like, well, I
Yeah,
know
seriously,
nothing.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, thank you.
That's why the Bridge
No,
Builder's
thank
like
you.
97. He has to recuperate.
Naruto asks for pointers, though Shikamaru is skeptical that such a failure could assist them. Kabuto, though, reveals that he's carrying ninja info cards.
That was the greatest.
what we do.
This man just has blank. This man just has.
You have to explain it. You have to explain it. All right, listen. For anyone out there who ever thinks they talk too much about their friends that aren't on the podcast, this is a necessary story. We have to tell this one. Because, speaking of blank cards, all right, go
The
ahead.
past few days, a friend of ours has been, me and Morgan are roommates. I don't know if that's been mentioned.
Sure.
But in our room, our friend of ours has been sliding these blank playing cards under the door with different facts on them.
But not facts like you might be thinking.
No, there were a couple facts that were not creepy, but they were false.
Like,
the
facts
first
like-
one was giraffes are not real.
Sure.
And then the second one was like bazooka bubblegum tastes bad or something like that.
Well, that
It
is...
does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
it sucks.
Okay.
It is low tier gum.
I'm
Raj-
gonna look past that
Yeah,
because
I
I'm
was-
in love with you. But
Well, don't worry. When Raj and I are cosplaying as Naruto and Sasuke, we have to fight, and it'll be over bazooka bubblegum.
Oh, I thought we were gonna make out. That's
wait,
kind of
are
what
you not
happened.
gonna wait? Are you not gonna fight over me?
Nah.
Well-
do you think Naruto and Sasuke fight over Sakura? No, they end up kissing each other. All right.
That's true.
You gotta
That is
stay
true.
in
They fight for
canon.
2 seconds, and then they're like, wait a second,
It's-
we could be making out.
It's just like when
And then
you're
I'm
when
just
like your
crying
homie
with
pulls up to your
Kakashi.
room at like 3 and is like, bro, I'm tired of just not having a girlfriend. Like I could be the girlfriend, bro. Like
Whoa.
if it really means as much to you.
Raj, we said don't talk about that on the podcast. No, but so yeah, there's this one of our friends, these blank playing cards, and they've been getting progressively creepier.
Yeah, the
was
most
it
recent
today?
one, I could go get it and read it, but
No,
I
it's
think I kinda-
what was it?
It was something like every time you run away, I'm only getting closer. or
Yeah, every
something like
second
that.
you're not running, I'm
Oh,
only getting
that's what it
closer.
was.
Yeah.
Which you know what? Honestly, it from a perspective of like say a demon,
Oh yeah.
it could be a good thing.
Oh, it's good
Or
marketing.
You could think of it as like a creativity thing. Maybe Katie, what he's saying is that every second you're not making progress in your life, he's gonna catch up to you and fucking kill you or something.
Well, no,
so,
that is what he's saying.
That is, yeah, no, it's
Well-
terrifying.
So think of it like a high stakes reason to graduate. Get away.
Oh yeah. Graduate quick, Katie. He knows where you live.
Oh no.
Anyway, speaking of blank cards that are a little creepy, Kabuto has these ninja fact cards and
So glorified flashcards.
glorified. No,
He's
he
had 7 times. Like he had 4
yeah, he's
years
gotta
to-
have a hobby.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But he
Magic
whipped him up, and I was
You know
like,
what?
oh,
If he
Yu-Gi-Oh.
fails again, he can make cards.
Yeah, exactly. He'll start a trading card game. Wait, dead ass in Boruto, they all play a trading card game. Maybe Kabuto starts it. I don't know.
Dude,
Making
okay, it's like
fan
that episode
theories.
of fucking Wizards of Waverly Place. I've been quoting this a lot, but you know when like Max goes back in time to reinvent the
Yes.
fist bump, and like 2 dudes walk up in the present. They're like, "Hey, dude," and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing? Give me a Max Russo." It's like, what the
That's
fuck
so
are you
good.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
That's
So instead of
crazy.
trading cards, they're Kabuto
Kabuto cards.
Whoa.
There you go.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's incredible.
Anyways, These chakra-infused cards remain blank until Kabuto surges his chakra through them, and he demonstrates this by summoning an image of a map that details all of the villages of origin of the examinees and how many come from each
He's
village.
just a
pretty
glorified
magical.
census
Yeah.
holder.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah. He went to the records and said,
Yeah,
"Give me
he
the
Googled
census."
it.
Well, he
Yeah, I thought it was
Wikipedia'd.
gonna-
He
I thought it was
Wikipedia.
gonna have like shit on all of them, but it was like a little bit, but like
Yeah.
mostly it was like stuff that they could have had. Like,
Well, he's
in a
probably
record book.
he is a super senior, or maybe just 3.
That's an insane amount of super.
Anyways, yeah,
I
he's
don't
got a
know.
lot of time
A
on his
lot.
hands.
Well, no, because there was that one guy that was taking the exam that was like 80.
you noticed that too.
Yes,
Okay,
I
okay,
did.
I have a bunch of notes on
I
him.
wrote about that guy. So there's a lot of the
Really?
other Genin that like aren't of literally the main 9, the Sand guys, Lee's team, and Kabuto. Everybody else is just a random shitty ass
Yeah.
design. And one of the guys, he sits down right of
It's like in the front.
yeah in the front. So if you're watching along, you'll be able to see him. He's wearing a sweater vest and he has a mustache.
He's like a million
He's
years old.
clearly a middle-aged
Actually,
man.
I think I took a picture of him. This
That's
is one funny-
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my
Send
gosh,
that to me. I'll
wow.
post it with this episode.
I didn't notice him at all.
Isn't that wacky?
That's crazy.
He definitely has kids, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
like he's very old.
He's the ultimate super
He's
senior.
doing this to prove something to his wife.
Oh, he is too. All right, go mustache sweater-vest man. I'm kind of rooting for him now.
No, when we get to the later bit, dude, he's just the best. I'm so excited for everyone
Now
to
I
hear
kind of
this.
want to cosplay as him.
Let's all go as him.
mustache sweater vest man.
We can all go as the background Genin that just have random designs.
We can just wear what we wear.
People will be like, "Who are you?" And we'll be like, "You fake fucking fan, fake ass bitch. I'm the guy who cheated 5 times."
And I'm one of his team members.
Kabuto explains that the diversity in the Chunin Exams serves to foster brotherhood between villages and also regulates the total amount of ninja in each village at a time, maintaining the global balance of power. Kind of cool. I love some politics. It is my second major.
Ooh. Wait, when did that happen?
Last year. Sometime mid last year.
Mid.
I forgot we just don't ever talk about school.
We really don't.
I don't like
Yeah.
to think about it.
Yeah, so let's move on quickly.
Too many thoughts.
Sasuke asks to see Kabuto's cards on Gaara and Rock Lee. Lee's card reveals that his squad is a year older than Naruto's, and that his taijutsu is phenomenal, his physical
Yeah.
hand-to-hand, his jujitsu, as you say.
Don't make
You got
fun of
hands.
him.
But his other skills are sorely lacking, if they're at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also forgot how creepy he looked.
I know, but I love him.
No, the thing is, it's like fucking Lee. Like people keep doubting because even Kabuto's like he has no other skills. But like
Yeah.
you know when they say like you go blind and then you can just hear and smell and all that shit better.
Right, so he can't do magic or
Yeah.
mind control.
So just because he can Kamehameha, however the fuck.
yeah, he can punch real
Oh, that
good.
might be like an anime sin. I'm sorry.
Wait,
if he
wait,
can't.
Hold on. Isn't that from Dragon Ball?
Yeah, I tried to be general, but I realized a lot. I might get Naru Nazi'd or something. So
What?
Is there a way to say Naru canceled? Naru
Nanceled.
Nanceled.
Naru Nanceled. You just got Naru Nanceled, bitch.
The third Hokage definitely has some old tweets that could get him Naru Nanceled.
Why does it need to start with an N in order to go? Like NaruTalk starts with a T.
Yeah, but
NaruTalk does not start
But
with
there's a
T.
T
No, but
in
like the T-
Naruto.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing.
Oh, it
yeah.
does.
Did
Well,
you
so
just?
why did you need to make an N?
I don't know, because there's no C in our... Look, Katie, don't start poking holes in things 30 minutes into the podcast. Come
Nanceled
on.
sounds stupid. Can't do that.
Nanceled also
Boruto?
sounds stupid.
Yeah,
Boruto?
Boruto is a dumb name. Half of these names that these people have are dumb. Don't start poking
sorry,
holes in the
sorry.
show.
Kabuto?
Yeah.
It wasn't in the show. It
Kabuto?
was just in what you
Wait,
were saying.
wait.
But okay.
Oh, thanks, Katie. It's just me that's dumb, not the
Yes.
show.
You should do it, but make it a different character.
Yes.
Should
Does
we
anyone
do,
have a
like-
C?
Choji.
What if you just get KaCancelled?
Oh my god, we did it! That's
gentlemen.
going in the episode description.
Yes.
That might be the title. KaCancelled.
The gang gets KaCancelled.
Oh, that's
Man, it's the name.
that's
I
phenomenal.
keep doing really great things with that name.
You really do, yes. Oh wow. So maybe you have to be Kakashi.
No!
Dude,
Yes,
then you can
you
hide your
gotta.
forehead with the headband.
Also, Sakura's aggressively pink, which works.
No!
Actually,
But
you
I'm
would make a
far
good
more-
Ino. All right,
I
sorry.
have a big forehead. That's
All right.
All right. Look, we'll talk about cosplay
You'll make
closer
a
to.
good tree.
Oh, maybe we should. Anyways, it doesn't
We
matter.
could all be
We can't
Naruto
announce that yet.
trees. Dude, no, because they
no,
leapfrog. We
no,
could
like a
leapfrog
tree.
on you.
Oh yeah. Oh, we could get
That's-
It
so
could be like an interactive
we
cosplay.
could get their frog to jump
my
on.
Oh
us.
yeah, we have a
We have a
frog.
pet frog.
So when they go through the
Should have named the frog Naruto.
that would have been cute.
Definitely.
Oh, actually, there's some frogs coming up in the show, so you're gonna wanna.
Spoiler.
I know. Well, it's
Spoilers, get some frogs.
Not
I
a
need to
spoiler,
make a
just
new
a
name
little
tag
teaser.
for the door.
By the time we
Just the
get
next frog
there,
that we get, because this one's gonna die.
Yeah.
in similar fashion, when we get there and we talk about frogs, the frog prices will go up by now. Name them
yeah.
after us.
Oh yeah. Well, once NaruTalk's talking about something,
Oh, come
stocks go way up.
Hentai, insanely up.
Whoa.
Well, Hentai Haven did come back while we
Yeah.
were recording this podcast.
So-
like it was off the internet. And
I think it's back down
Is it?
again.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
wouldn't know. I don't use it often or
but
ever.
we are well,
Often.
well
Don't worry.
canonically.
Good art, okay?
Yeah, right. Canonically, Emma left the podcast to go be the CEO of Hentai Haven. That's what we said.
100%. She gave me her last name because now she's Miss Hentai Haven.
Right,
herself.
right. Well, she has to market all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and now it can go
Oh
on
my
name
gosh.
tags. Anyways, while Lee's team got a lot of attention as first year Genin, his squad didn't take the Chunin exams the first year that they could. Kabuto then names the other two members finally, which is great because I don't have to keep calling him No Pupil Guy.
Oh.
Their names
Pupil
are
Guy.
Ten is the girl with the little
Yeah.
what do you call those kind of buns?
Space buns.
Space buns. And Neji Hyuga is the guy with no pupils.
What the fuck's a space bun? What is that?
It's those
It's
two.
the
Why
two
are they
buns.
called
The
that? That
two
makes
You
no
look
sense.
like an alien.
Call them
Raj.
double
Oh, I thought it
buns.
was
Raj,
just
don't
because
hate.
Double
it's
bun.
Maya.
But you know why, Raj?
Why?
Ninja. But make it fashion.
Ninja would make it
But
fashion.
there's no fashion here.
Can I have the cap for this
Wait.
pen?
When am I seeing-
All right. So, what just happened? I'm holding a pen so that I can wiggle it around when I talk, like a conductor. It helps
Even though
me.
they can't see it.
It helps me focus, though, kind of. And
Yeah,
actually,
like the-
I'm making tiny paper cranes
yeah,
because it helps me
everybody
not lose
does
track.
a little thing. But
I'm hitting my crack pipe.
sure. Well, yeah, naturally. Oh, that's what all the crack smell is. I was wondering. No, but the cap flew off and flew in an arc, and Morgan's hand was up and it flew into her sleeve. Dude, touchdown.
Touchdown.
Football. Right. Well, anyways, Neji Hyuga, when they name that name, Hinata, who also doesn't have any pupils, is like visibly distressed.
Yes.
So we don't know how Hinata Hyuga and Neji Hyuga are related,
Well,
I think they're twins.
but they're clearly related.
No, I think they're
I don't
twins.
know how brother and sister.
No,
are
the
related.
last name is just clan though.
Is it clan?
How Sasuke? I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if they talked about it in latest
I
episodes.
don't know anything.
Sasuke's whole clan got wiped out when he was a kid. We don't know how.
Oh.
Well,
but
no,
they're-
isn't it like
Or
in
Sasuke.
Mononoke how they have clans and they all are just
Oh.
family and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. Well, I think
Oh.
that might actually be like a Japanese thing. I don't know for
We're,
sure.
I think
well, we're
It
American.
might be.
Right.
Well-
yeah.
Hi, we're white.
Well, it's true.
Whoa,
Except for Raj.
hey.
We're white.
Don't
Raj,
whitewash
Raj.
me here. I'll
We're
kill
gonna-
you.
We're white on this side.
No, for the viewers at
Oh
home.
god,
this
our
is-
seating is segregated.
Fortunately, we do live in a very progressive world, but once we hit record, it's separate but equal again in this room. And
I'm sharing a chair with you.
which, you know what, a lot
It's not
some
separate.
white people did have to fight for some rights. All right,
Yeah.
so Katie's an ally.
What?
Liam and Morgan, on the other hand,
Yeah, we're the enemies.
superior white.
But oh yes, isn't that a Crayola crayon color? White superior.
I hope so.
What?
That's
I-
awful.
no.
What?
I think you made that up.
Oh.
Crayola stock
I
drops
think
by
that
a
came out
million.
of the
Buy now,
I
buy
hope
now.
you made that up.
Crayola KaCancelled.
I love my legacy.
Anyways, that is truly incredible. But yeah, so there's some Hyuga clan relation there. Gaara's card, though, is almost entirely blank. It only reveals that Gaara has returned from every mission, including a B rank, with not a single scratch on him.
Okay, so the Gerard Way looking ass man needs why?
Wait, who?
What?
Gerard
know
Way of
Gerard
My
Way?
No,
Chemical
no.
who's
I
Romance.
know
that?
Gerard. What? He's the lead singer.
Lead singer of My Chemical
Yeah.
Romance,
Okay.
and he did Umbrella Academy on Netflix.
Yeah,
Please.
But who's
oh,
the
and he
Gerard Way
originated
looking
and
ass man?
stuff.
So I don't know what he looks like.
That
but
him.
Sure.
Gaara?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know what Gerard Way looks like.
That you okay? We're not
Sorry.
friends
Well,
anymore.
That
You
sucks.
definitely-
Raj and I
After
connected
that,
on
though.
it because we're in love.
We are in love. We met at a My Chemical Romance concert when we were both 8. Because
Yes.
that's the time when they were touring.
Yeah, just little 8-year-olds scampering around.
Anyways, the Gerard Way looking ass man, Gaara.
I don't understand. Everybody's like,
How did he do a B-level thing?
Yes.
What is the big deal about that?
Oh.
Explain it to
What
me,
does that
Liam.
mean?
Yes. Ooh, thank you. Well, basically, so you know how the villages are they're like all military. The villages exist within larger nations, the lands, and the villages are the military of the lands.
Yes.
Yeah.
So people in the land come to the villages with missions, and then those are given out to the squads.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And
So, like, the higher letter grade is a harder mission?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's D, C. I mean, like, up from D, and then
Yeah.
above A is S. But it's like not
Is that
listed
for
usually.
sassy?
Yeah, it's like super sassy.
Is
So
it
sassy.
super sassy mission?
Wait, I
Super
definitely know
sassy.
what
Super
it's
sassy.
actually for, but I can't remember.
Mission.
Yes.
No, it's I don't know. It's whatever the S after an iPhone stands for. Spectacular.
A super
Wait.
sassy
Sexy.
spectacular.
Sexy.
A super
Yeah.
sassy, sexy spectacular.
Yeah.
Word.
Anyways, that's the
What
highest
the
rank.
fuck does iPhone X
That's gonna
stand
drive
for?
me crazy.
Not
10.
10.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
but not like
But
10.
it's the S. There's XS. So it's super
Extra
sexy
small.
specular.
Oh my god.
It's definitely a bigger
You
phone
just said
than the regular.
specular. That's not a
Specular.
thing.
I'm
My
combining
ex
could
words.
be
used
a
to say
thing.
everything was
It's not.
S tier, and I can't remember what that means.
But yeah, that's so.
Wait, what? What do you-
Sassy. It means sassy.
No, my ex used to call everything S tier, and I
Okay,
used to know what
so
it stood for, and it's gonna drive me crazy. That
But
I
it's the
don't
same as the
remember.
missions.
Essentially, it's just higher than A.
Yeah.
It's like if you did
Yeah.
everything
No,
neat,
no,
like,
and yeah, I
beyond
don't
her-
need to know what it stands for. I just know that I do, and it's gonna drive me
Yeah.
crazy until I
Let's
figure
call
it
your
out.
ex on the podcast right now. Call
Dude,
your
call me.
ex.
No, but so yeah, the missions are divided that way, and usually Genin only do D level missions, sometimes C level missions. The entire last arc, all of the first 19 episodes, pretty much. There was some intro,
Was
but
it 19 episodes?
yeah,
Jesus.
I know. But that was all. Well, we've already done 6.
Which is crazy.
I know. Well, anyways, all of those first episodes were our team got tricked into doing an A rank mission, so that's why it took all that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got tricked?
Well,
Like, ha ha ha.
like so it costs more for people to hire ninja for higher level stuff.
Oh, okay.
And this
so,
guy
like, they
came from a
didn't
very
get
poor country.
paid as much, but
Exactly, yeah.
But like the mission
And-
was actually.
Oh,
Like,
Again-
it was like a
Oh,
C
got it.
rank, and then
Right.
it was like, oh, it might be an A rank now.
Right. Basically, if there's a chance of like ninja on ninja combat, it's kind of
Ooh,
Ninja
sexy.
on
I know.
Ninja.
It's automatically a B up mission.
That's
Interesting.
sexy.
Okay.
And,
Ninja
like-
on ninja?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But like the D rank missions, that's the kind of shit we saw in the last group of episodes where they were just like gardening and walking
okay.
dogs.
And
Got it. Minefields.
getting punched in the face.
Yes. That's all D rank
Or
stuff.
getting shot in the face, but
Oh, yes.
actually getting
Right,
punched in
Oh
the
yeah,
face.
no, there's like pure gunshots.
But yeah, Gaara has never had even a scratch on him. Finally, Kabuto brings attention to the village hidden the sound, which only recently formed and has only 3 contestants, all of whom are a complete mystery.
That whole part,
Yeah.
I was terrified.
Those dudes
Of-
are freaky.
Of the boys
Yeah.
They're
and girl.
so scary.
Yeah, right?
And like, okay, so nerdy thing that I noticed.
Sure.
So they're from the Sound Village or
Yeah,
whatever. This like, I don't even know how to explain it. The sound completely shifted when they started talking about them, and it was very similar to how they do it in horror movies, where they pitch up the sound and also add a lower pitch on top of it, and then change the music. So it became this really eerie thing, and that's why horror movies are so scary, is because you hear it, and then it's like this. It's at the perfect like increment where it makes
Yeah.
you feel uncomfortable. And they did that,
Yeah, they
and
are
I was like,
hella
"Ooh,
uncomforting. Yeah.
that's not fun."
No, they're like a creepy ass crew.
Our 3 horror movie film fanatics in the crowd are just crying right now.
Yeah,
They're
I
like,
think
yes!
I think I have a friend who's super into horror movies and listens to
Representation.
this, so you're really
They're still like waiting out to see when Jason from the Halloween movies pulls into Naruto. Like,
He-
it's gotta come.
he
You gotta
might, he
come."
might.
Next
Dude,
time
Friday
Naruto,
the 13th, 14.
dude, no, when like Naruto goes to sleep, like Freddy Krueger's gonna come up. This is it.
Yeah,
Finally,
next time he falls asleep,
dude.
Freddy Krueger will be in his dreams.
Nightmare in Ninja Town, bro.
Nightmare in
Whoa.
Ninja Town. Nice alliteration.
Wait, I need to write that down.
That's pretty good.
Well, I'm illiterate. So.
Another
Halloween merch?
Halloween merch.
merch.
Nightmare in Ninja,
Ninja
Town.
Town.
These are good ideas. We really should start a merch store,
We
guys.
should stop
That'd be
revealing
so
our
fun.
ideas on the
I know. This is a marketing meeting. This is for after. Anyways, Kabuto claims to have never seen a group of candidates with such potential, prompting great concern from the 9 rookies, especially those, like Sakura and Hinata, who were already unsure of their qualifications. Outside of the exam room, Kakashi remembers Iruka and Guy's warnings about registering his team so early, wishing that he genuinely felt as certain about his students' abilities as he had claimed to while arguing with his peers.
I love Guy so much.
Oh my god,
He's just
me too.
the best.
His voice actor is far and away my favorite.
Who is
yeah.
it? Because he sounds very familiar.
I
to
don't
me.
know. Just like any man.
He's
I
always
guess.
been in our hearts, always.
Yeah, Guy's always in the back of your head whenever you do anything. Make those paper cranes with the power of youth, you know?
Wow. I feel so motivated.
Yeah, right? Don't you want to do 500 laps?
I want to like. I
Oh,
don't know.
it's fucking.
Full paper.
Wow.
It's
Full
Matthew
Full paper
Mercer.
crane.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
He's like, he does Critical Role and like all sorts of shit, right?
Dude, I'm a big fan of Critical
Yeah.
Role. That is insane.
Fuck yeah, Matt Mercer. I love learning about things. Anyways, back inside, Sakura panics about the challenge of the exam, made even more nervous by Naruto's apparent breakdown. She approaches him to cheer him up, but he was actually just preparing to make a speech. He whirls around to face the crowd with a confident yell, declaring his intention to defeat everyone in the room. Like they didn't already hate him enough.
So we all know a Naruto.
Yeah, we really do.
Oh, we all do.
And it's just so much.
Yeah,
Because
he's a lot.
I was like, oh no, poor Naruto. He's so scared and afraid and he's shaking. And then they were like showing him, and then he was like,
I know, he looked... Yeah. And he really screamed when he was rolling around. He was like, ah! Let me
Are your vocal cords okay, bro?
No.
Holy shit. Dude, your voice opened, like, unhinged. Like, your jaw just destroyed itself.
oh wow.
The fucking xenomorph second time.
That was, I've been listening to Naruto since I was like 6, you know? That was all the pent up Miley Flanagan in my soul.
That was your 6-year-old self
shit.
coming out of you.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Ino yells at Sakura to quiet her boyfriend. Nice roast. And her and Sakura...
Boom, roasted.
Yeah, and they again exchange a couple insults, while Sasuke and Kabuto weirdly kind of smile approvingly at Naruto, and his just confidence, I guess, which was nice. I like when Sasuke is like kind of nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked the cat fight.
Oh, between Sakura and Ino?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Why don't you tell your boyfriend to shut up? Why don't you do this?
And then
See?
their voices just got higher and higher and higher and higher.
And so eventually it sounded like me screeching. Within the crowd, Team Guy, the Sand Ninja, and the trio from the Sound mock the rookies. Then one of the Sound Ninja, the one that's like, he has a hunchback and he has like fur, fur cape.
I don't like him.
Yeah, and his face is
He's
all
so
bandaged up.
scary.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah.
And he's like, we should teach Kabuto a lesson for calling our village small.
Which is like, I guess, but like,
No, it's weird.
embrace your
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
My God.
Nothing, it's the motion of the ocean,
Yes,
not
the
the size of the boat.
I love that.
Yeah. The other.
I don't love having a small penis, but I love that, you know.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I yeah.
Up top, small dicks.
Small dicks. Oh.
Oh.
The other rookies scold Naruto for his announcement, furious that his grandstanding has drawn the ire of their peers, and Sakura puts him in a chokehold, calling him a jackass. And then,
Oh
first of all, jackass was surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And second of all, then she says some shit that is
Yeah,
cancelled
canceled.
as fuck.
Insane. Like, not allowed.
I'm not going to repeat it
Yeah,
on the
no.
podcast.
You can't.
Because,
you
like, it
can't.
was fine. I mean, we all said shit like that in 2005.
Yeah.
But, like, she says some fucked up shit.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I stopped listening after she said jackass
Yeah.
because I was like,
I don't remember what you're
No,
reacting
Jackass
to.
is what got me in. I'm like, oh, she's going
Me
off.
too. And then she
went
really
way
went
off.
off. Yeah.
Insane.
No,
I'll have
she
to
just
re-listen.
says some insults that were popular in the mid 2000s
You can
that are a
s-
little canceled now.
You could switch to the sub for that one scene and then go back to the dub.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Just cover your ears, kids. During her lecture, the Sound Ninja rush through the crowd and launch an attack on Kabuto. He manages to dodge 2 kunai and a punch thrown by that bandaged ninja. And Sasuke's like, "Ooh, wow,
His
Kabuto's almost
dick
as
is
fast
almost
as
as
me."
big as mine.
Yes. Almost, but no one's
Not
dick is as
quite.
big as Sasuke's. After dodging the blow, however, Kabuto's glasses shatter and he falls to his knees to vomit.
Music was fantastic
Yeah.
here.
No,
Yeah.
okay, so when little furry guy started running through the crowd,
Love that name for him.
the sound shifted and it was like a...
It's that horror noise
it
again.
was creepy.
Yeah, and everybody is confused because Kabuto definitely dodged the swing.
The fucking... You ever play like a sports game or a video... Like
Nope.
A wrestling game? Well, it's football day. You ever play like a wrestling game or some shit?
Yeah.
And in the crowd, it's just cardboard cutout people?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's all it looks like.
Oh,
in
yeah,
these
all the
scenes.
fucking background
Default, like...
Suddenly, furry man became a little soot sprite and was just floating around
Yeah.
everywhere and making creepy horror movie
He's
noises.
spooky, man. Anyways, Naruto and Sakura go to Kabuto to like see if he's okay while that furry man gloats.
Little furry guy.
Yeah. The most observant Genin wonder how Kabuto took damage from an attack he definitely evaded, when suddenly an eruption of smoke draws everyone's attention to the front of the room. When the fog... Yeah,
It
I
was
know,
weird.
but everyone likes to be dramatic in this world.
This is fair.
When the fog dissipates, the children are faced with a crowd of proctors, led by an imposingly tall man dressed all in black, his face covered in scars, and his headband extended to obscure the entire top of his head.
Fucking insane.
Yeah, he's like...
spooky.
A
he's
legend.
Yeah.
It's like a different type of spooky. Like the sound dude is
Like
like
creepy
creepy.
spooky. This
This
guy's
guy's
just like, ooh.
intimidation.
This man could kill you.
He could. Or, he's kind of hot.
Yeah.
He introduces himself as Ibiki Marino and declares that from this moment on, he'll be their worst enemy. All right, that's the end of episode 23. Episode 24, Ibiki begins by threatening to immediately fail any ninja who attack each other without being instructed to do so by a proctor or who do so with lethal force, prompting sneers from the sound ninja because he's like obviously adding them. Ibiki instructs the Genin to hand in their paperwork to receive a number which will assign them their seats for the first section of the exam, which is a written test.
What?
I know.
A written exam?
Okay, but why the fuck would a ninja exam be a written test
Because
to start
ninjas
with?
have to think. That's the whole thing about being a ninja.
I guess so, but like, goddamn, I would be upset too. And Naruto is devastated because
Dies.
he's a fucking idiot. So like, naturally. Once seated, Naruto panics because he's far from his teammates. Although Hinata, who Naruto doesn't notice and didn't notice was right next to
It was
him,
so sad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I loved her.
because
Naruto?
She's so cute.
but she wishes him good luck, and he's like, "Who's this girl?"
He's like, how did you get here? I didn't even notice you.
I really don't get it. Like he's so. It's not like he's like ignorant to what like love is
You
and
know,
shit.
because he wants to fuck Sakura
Exactly.
and Sasuke.
And Sasuke, but like, is he like? What is he not getting about Hinata?
No.
She's quiet and little.
They cut to Sakura at some point, and she goes, tough luck for Naruto, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be, like, he's gonna fail, but that's okay. Like, she was like, but, like, they're teammates. That was just so bitchy out of nowhere. She was
I
so
know.
upset for him being, like, scared, nervous beforehand, and then now all of a sudden she's like, he sucks. Like, what?
Yeah, there's kind of a lot of cuts. I didn't write them all. There's a lot of cuts to Sakura. She just kind of commentates for both of the next two episodes.
Yeah, it's a
They
lot.
just cut to her and she gives her little thoughts.
She's
Yeah.
like, oh, here's
does.
this thing that you very clearly can see
Yeah.
that I'm gonna say out loud.
She's just a narrator at this point.
Yeah.
Better that than do anything
Well, exactly.
else.
I kind of liked her
Yeah.
more in these episodes than ever before. 'Cause
Honestly.
at least she served like a solid purpose. Is this distracting having a mirror in front of us, Morgan? It is, right?
No, it's distracting for you.
I'm enjoying
That's
it.
why that's why I shifted it because I know I would just stare at myself
Yeah.
like, damn.
I think I'm doing better. Yeah, yeah.
No,
well,
no,
there's
because
a-
you're performing for yourself.
exactly. It's working.
Liam and I share the same mind.
Yeah, we're recording instead of huddled around a single mic on a carpet, we're huddled around a single mic in chairs.
Woo!
That's thanks to
Fancy.
our Patreon supporter and everyone who supports us on Patreon.
Hell yeah.
Patreon.com/
NaruTalk Pod.
Go right ahead and donate, please.
Fuck yeah. You're gonna want to, for reasons that we'll get into later. But Naruto panics, Hinata wishes him luck, and Ibiki writes out the rules for the written portion of the exam on the chalkboard in front of the room, forbidding any questions about the rules. First, all examinees begin the exam with 10 points, so it's a deduction-based scoring system, and every incorrect answer loses them 1 point.
I think that's how schools should do it.
I think that's how my schools always did
My
it.
school never does that.
Yeah, but
I couldn't tell you how my.
does it
high
make
school
a
did.
difference, though? Because...
No, because if you're stupid, you're stupid. You're either getting it wrong and not getting
Right?
the point, or,
Or
you're
you're
getting it wrong and not getting the point.
losing the point. Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, I think because assuming it the way that we did it, where like you get it right, you get a point.
Yeah.
is kind of super bullshit because you only have to get a certain amount of points to pass. So you could stop answering everything else.
Right. So then what does...
The
But it's
other
the
one,
same
they kind
thing.
of give you more of an incentive to keep like what you have if it's a perfect score already.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
If you have to
Kind
go,
of.
if you have to go up, you only have to get enough to pass. If you're only
Yeah.
going down, you have to stay up.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Curious.
Let us know what you think.
That's never been explained to me before.
I still am confused.
I
That's okay.
too, but I think
I was
I'm
ready
gonna...
to disagree, and then I didn't.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't disagree with that. That was extremely well thought
My
out.
brain said,
Fuck
say
yeah.
no, that's incorrect. But then I was like, oh wait, I don't know if
That
it
that
is.
could be correct. Yeah.
There's no thoughts in my head.
No, that was good.
that was-
Everything is empty.
Well, now there's not
Gosh.
because you just threw out such a great thought.
Yeah, awesome.
Second, teams pass and fail based on the cumulative score of their entire squad.
I
That's
thought
so
that
sad.
that was already known. So like
No.
they were like everybody's scores are together, and everyone was like, "What?" And
Yeah.
I was like, "Wait,
Well-
I thought I just assumed that was how it
Well,
went."
because they already dropped the bomb about how you can only register if your whole
Exactly.
team registers. So why would
Yeah.
they not do
But
it
the whole
that
thing
way?
is
Exactly.
that the fact, okay, that was a bombshell, but then the fact that it's a written test is
Yeah.
also a
so
bombshell.
they just keep getting thrown through the
Yeah.
fucking hoop.
So they don't have
Welcome
to.
to ninja school.
Welcome to
bitches.
school.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
really have
that's
to like
fair.
team up when it comes to like a written test. That's
Yeah.
kind of like
Well,
a
yeah,
Unless
solo-
it's a
exactly.
group test.
but
you
it's
do.
not. So it kind of makes sense that Sakura
Yeah.
wouldn't, you know what I mean? Wouldn't think that Naruto's dumbass.
Was it one of the rules?
But like, if they all had to register together, that assumes that they have to all move on to the next part together,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
means that if one of them fails, they all fail.
Look, also, all these kids are dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, let's be clear.
They
Eat
are also, like,
ramen
12.
24/7.
They are also 12, yeah.
Yeah, oh, that is
and
true.
13 and shit, yeah.
When
Yeah.
I was 12, I barely knew my name. I was like, what?
12 was a rough year.
Dude, no,
Every
12,
year's
I
rough.
like got into Vocaloid music. That shit changed my life.
12?
Hatsune Miku's great.
That's nice.
Oh, I love 12-year-old Rod.
Aw.
Dude, yeah.
Finally, Ibiki draws attention to the proctors sitting around the entirety of the perimeter of the testing facility, positioned thusly to monitor for cheating, every instance of which will detract 2 points from a test taker's score.
Fucking narcs.
Yeah, and if they get narked on 5 times, 5 instances of cheating get you instantly dismissed, along with your entire team.
Just off thought, but doesn't Ibiki's name sound so good to say?
Ibiki.
It just like hits all the right notes in my mouth. Ibiki.
I don't know. Every time I hear it, I want to go, EBB.
EBB.
Okay, side note. I never thought babies going goo goo gaga was a real thing.
Yeah.
And then there's this little kid, and I work at a children's center on campus, and I go, and I'm just like, hey, do you need help putting on your shoes? And he went, no, all I need is goo goo gaga. And then he spit in my face.
What?
What?
Wait, so...
That's what?
I don't think so. When people say babies say goo goo gaga, they
Yeah.
mean like before they can say words.
Yeah.
Not when they're old enough to beat you up.
No, he like wanted me dead.
Then
Yeah,
he kicked
I
you
think
in the
he was
nuts.
just
And...
making fun of you by
But
being
to
like,
connect
"You
the
think I'm a
points."
child?"
But to connect the points, I think goo goo gaga sounds amazing to say. And I know I hate, I'll say it
Goo goo
enough
gaga.
to the same thing with like yeet, where you
That
say
would be funny if
on
you
a-
were like, "Yo, bro, you trying to chill later?" Goo goo gaga.
but in like the ironic sense where I keep saying it and then eventually it becomes a part of my vernacular and then
Yeah.
I can't escape it. It's
Excellent
like that.
use of the word vernacular.
Thank
You're
you.
doing
Raj,
great
holy
today,
shit!
Raj.
I think the written test got absorbed into you.
No,
This is fucking crazy.
I was so tempted to pause the test or pause the show
Uh-huh.
at like points when Naruto was like reading all the questions when they showed like it was like physics or something with
Yeah.
trajectories. I just wanted to solve it. Like
No,
I
it's just
wanted to
squiggly
figure it out.
lines.
Yeah,
See if I
it's
could
definitely
figure
just
it out.
squiggly lines.
I know, but I really just I don't know.
Sakura attempts to calm her nerves, sure that she and Sasuke can carry Naruto, but Ibiki reveals that if a single member of any team fails or is disqualified, their teammates will be expelled with them, terrifying Sakura and Sasuke and crippling Naruto with guilt.
Poor Naruto.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm stupid.
Well, he knows he is
Yeah.
too, and it's
So sad.
I know, but
Which is me.
yeah.
It's just like you know when you're confident for a test and you go and you're
No.
like I could do this. Well, you know,
No, but like pre-test, and then
No.
you see the questions, and it's like,
like fuck. Like,
well, so I had physics today, and I spent most of the class writing the outline for this podcast. But I walk in all ready to like not listen, pop in a headphone, and just write the Naruto outline. And he goes, and he's this huge. He looks like a British lumberjack. That part doesn't really matter.
Is he British?
He is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He
I
goes,
wanted you to say he looks like a
I
British
walk
lumberjack
in.
and him not
No,
be
he
British.
looks like a lumberjack, and he's always drinking tea, so he looks like a British lumberjack. No, it's his voice. Anyways, we all sit down, and I take out my laptop and shit, and then he goes, "All right, class, the test is going to be an hour and a half long." And there will be a lecture afterwards, so stay.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
That is
I
terrible.
didn't bring my calculator. I was not mentally prepared at all.
Those are the worst.
Yeah, I had a rough morning. I'm not going to lie. Ibiki gives the genin an hour to complete the test, with the final question teased but not to be revealed until 15 minutes before the end.
Ooh.
I know.
That's a scary thing.
I cried.
Oh, I know.
I sat in my bed and watched it, and I said, "Oh no!
Yeah, 'cause
what
I-
if they have test anxiety?"
Exactly, and I like to do the last question of tests first because I feel like they ramp up in difficulty, so it's definitely not true. But I
No,
do...
a lot of people say to do tests backwards because they
Yeah.
always get harder at the end, and then if you do it backwards, you don't use all your brain power on the easy questions.
Exactly.
Well, I'm on the other side of that argument. I think I can't go backwards because you know when you have to like flip the paper
Yeah.
backwards, my brain power doesn't work there. I
Oh
can't
yeah.
flip paper
As soon
backwards.
as you're reading the wrong direction, it's
yeah,
like, oh
game
no,
over.
I'm out.
like,
Yeah.
nope. What is this manga? Get out of here.
Anyways, then Ibiki begins the exam.
Hey, baby.
Sasuke and Sakura pray for Naruto to get at least one question right, but when Naruto steals his nerves and examines the first question, he already has to skip it.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, seriously. I was there on the fucking physics test this morning. Doesn't matter. Sasuke isn't faring much better, and Sakura notes the absurdly advanced level of the questions, which somehow get even harder as they go.
She was flexing. Her
Yeah,
big brain.
I know.
power
She was
there.
like, this will be no problem, but boy, are these hard. Yeah, well, she does have plenty of space to store a brain in that.
Stop!
That's literally what Ino said.
Though, I know.
I know. Naruto and Sasuke, reading through the test, cope with their blatant inability to comprehend any of the questions.
Like, oh, this is not possible.
Yeah, and Hinata takes note of Naruto's obvious anxiety. This is actually one of my favorite parts of literally all of Naruto, is when Sasuke reads the test and chuckles to himself and he goes, ha 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 ha, so I don't know any of these.
Yeah.
Like, that
was amazing. I know nothing.
that's the most endearing Sasuke moment in the whole show. Just the way, because you
pretty
never see him
incredible.
smile. So he smiles to himself and he goes, I have no chance.
Dude, that's me like senior year math class is like I don't give a shit anymore. I'm like I could fail. Okay, well if we can connect to real life, I'm terrible at Spanish.
Yeah.
But I've had Spanish class in senior year. I had it, and my teacher was definitely gonna fail me.
Yeah.
She was gonna fail me, and by some act of God, she broke her leg, and I was like,
Hallelujah.
so her another
I mean,
person.
assuming she's okay. You know.
Maybe I don't care, but
I'll say hallelujah. I'll say hallelujah.
Hallelujah. If she's dead, I hope she's up there.
In that case, you know, rest in peace.
Hallelujah.
Of course. Yeah. Hallelujah.
But someone took over her place, and I had a lot of senior activities then. So I walked up, and it was the last test, and I was like, "Listen, I'm not gonna show up. I'm not gonna do anything. Like I have a lot of anxiety shit, but I just
Right.
wanted. I was like, listen, I'm not gonna be there. You can give me a 65. That's all I asked for.
Right, right.
Which is for us,
Passing.
for people who are not New Yorkers. That's passing for us.
Right, right.
But I was like, you can give me 65? I don't care.
Right.
I'm not going to show up. I wish my teacher the best of luck.
Yeah.
And I leave. I check my report card. I got a 95 without even taking the test.
What?
Which is
Lucky.
That's
insane.
wonderful.
So she didn't break her leg. I would have failed.
Failed. Wow.
And I
That's
knew if I would have looked at that
incredible.
test, which I looked at it every test and go, not for me. This
Yeah.
ain't happening.
Wow. And you know, it's sad because Naruto clearly has so much anxiety about this test, and he never notices Hinata at all.
Dude, no,
It's
for real, she's like
heartbreaking.
But
a
she's
real wallpaper girl.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
she's
no.
being
She's so sweet.
she's being so like she looks
is.
over him and she's like worried about him.
she's
She
so
has
bad.
a personality. She's just like quiet.
No,
Yeah,
which
which
is
is sad.
She definitely, in the 30 seconds we've known her, has done more than Sakura
Oh
or
yeah,
has character-wise.
because she's nice.
She's so
She's
and
so
she's
nice.
being nice. There's like emotion and reason
Yeah.
behind what she does.
Yeah.
Sakura's just I have a big forehead. I like Sasuke. You
Straight
know,
up.
I like Sasuke. I hate Sakura. What drives you guys?
Yeah.
Tenten, who are you? Who knows?
Tenten, I don't think has had a single line.
I don't
Frankly,
think she ever will.
yeah, that's Tenten is a little bit ridiculous. I mean, at least Sakura and Ino get lines. Like, I feel bad for Tenten. Even Sakura is tempted to cheat as Naruto desperately tries to think of any other way he could get even a single question right. Sasuke considers how much emphasis is placed on cheating in comparison to the actual test, wondering why so much leniency is given to those caught cheating when so much precautions have been taken to catch them. Then, he realizes that the test is not actually of their knowledge, but of their ability to gather information. The goal is to cheat, and not get caught.
This man blew my mind.
Yeah,
He
right?
said that and I was like,
He really
holy
broke it down there.
shit.
Like he was fucking Sherlock. Somebody like, here, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's kind of badass, though. Like, way to make a written exam actually ninja related.
Which
I
is
was-
really cool, like plot shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's really good. But Katie, what were you saying?
No, I was just worried that he was gonna be wrong and that they were gonna just nail him.
Like, this episode, they're like, all right, you're not tuning. And this is the end of the whole show.
Yeah. you're all gone.
The next, like, 700 episodes of Naruto are just Naruto sort of sitting around, just
what do I do now?
eating ramen.
Existing.
They like
existing.
wait until they have to pass it again.
Yeah.
Dude, but actually, spoilers for Haikyuu, the volleyball anime. They do that where they lose.
Really?
Yeah, and then the next season is just them training to get better again.
Oh, man.
Insane.
That's sad.
And imagine what Naruto. To be fair, I stopped watching Haikyuu after season 1. I'm still watching Naruto.
Yeah.
So
Maybe let your characters win. Throughout the crowd, exceptional genin come to the same realization that Sasuke has and begin using their abilities to find the answers. I'm
gonna be honest. I don't think very many of them actually did know that was all like a mind game. I think a lot of them were just like,
desperate.
fuck
Yeah.
it, I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna cheat anyway.
There are some pretty cool ass like ways that people cheat though.
Mr. Dustman.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Well, there's a lot. So first, Akamaru, the dog, is I know he's perched on Kiba's head, and so he can see the papers around Kiba, and he makes little whimpers and barks to.
It's so cute.
I know, and Kiba can like speak dog, I guess.
I always just want a tiny little dog on top of my head.
You should carry
No,
the
it's
frog
pretty-
on top of your head.
Oh my god.
But this entire
I'm
scene,
a fan
like,
of Tyson.
besides they're just like using all the budget, all special effects. Like they do this, they do this. They
Yeah,
do this.
yeah.
Here's their gimmick. And my favorite thing is that Naruto doesn't have a gimmick.
Well, I'll get to that in just a second. Because next the sound ninja bandaged face guy. What would you call him? Furry man.
Little furry man.
Yeah,
Tiny furry man?
Right.
I don't know.
Little tiny furry man.
I have no idea.
He analyzes the sound of another student's pencil and copies the like frequency.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
but
was
be honest, have
crazy.
you not tried to do that?
Oh, are you kidding
Yeah.
me, dude? This morning.
Yeah. I still do that.
Yeah. All right. That sounds like B.
Well, okay,
See-
but I mean, as I get older, what I do is if I'm in a stall and I'm peeing, and there's a dude next to me also peeing. I try to like trace like the trajectory of where he's peeing, so we could be like pee conductors.
What?
Oh, sure. You trace the frequency of his pee.
No, like I try to match his speed and
Well,
like
okay,
how
listen.
fast it's shooting out.
I know
why?
that sounds ridiculous, but truly today I was peeing and I was like, this guy's got a loud stream. Just,
You feel intimidated.
Look,
you gotta
look.
match the stream.
I mean, this is it's a talk about Naruto and it's a talk about the world of the men's bathroom. It's
you ever see I don't know if you're a fan of gorillas, but they
like the animal.
no the band.
Yes.
The animal.
So the band
I
Gorillas
didn't, Raj.
they did an MTV Cribs video where I believe the bass player Murdoch he shows he's like following the camera. He's like, here's my crib, and he goes to
Yeah.
the bathroom, and they're still recording him. And he goes, and there's like 4 stalls. He pees in one, and it flips over like through each stall from the top. And I've always tried to
Whoa.
do that. I don't know why, but
That
like.
sounds like a horrible idea.
That's wacky.
First, obviously, you can't shoot downward like he did, so I had to improvise and shoot upward.
Right.
And obviously, my pee couldn't reach the top of the stall.
Oh,
So-
wait. So he's peeing over the stalls?
Yeah, so
But-
into each toilet, over into each
That's
toilet.
absurd.
That's chaotic.
That
And
is
you've
an...
tried to do that? That
Well,
sounds like
I
a
mean-
mess.
Well, I was
I mean,
like
I
13.
kinda wanna
yeah,
try it now.
We could cross streams. I think if we both do it and we're
We'll go into
powerful
separate
enough.
stalls and then just shoot up.
It'll be like the Disney logo, how they like the Magic Castle shit.
Oh my god.
But pee.
But pee and over a stall. Wow.
Trash Castle, bro.
God, I wonder how we got there. Shino commands a bug to spy on papers around the room, and then it flies to his paper and spells out the answer.
That was
I feel
insane.
like that would have gotten really difficult because, like, I don't like there
Well-
are like breaks in like a lot of things.
Yeah.
So like, how does it know
Well-
that it's a space?
The fly did it, and he was like, yes, 8. And I was like, no way the answer to that question is 8 when people are writing full paragraphs for all of them.
Like you said, literally the
Yeah.
second question was this absurd physics trajectory question.
Shino Def failed.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's writing answers like, 8, correct. Everyone's like watching like,
He has no control over bugs. It was just a bug. And he's crazy, so he was like, oh yes, that's gotta be an 8 partner. The Shino voice. Thank you. 1010, and this one pisses me off because I don't know how the fuck you don't get caught doing this. 1010 has affixed mirrors to the ceiling.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit! And she's adjusting them with, like, fishing wire so that she and Lee can copy people.
But she was like, Lee, adjust your headband.
And then,
What?
For a silent test.
Everybody was talking. They're like, oh, so it must be this.
Kiba
Yes,
was
you
dead
did.
ass yelling to his dog the whole time. Straight up. Akamaru was like barking.
yeah, Akamaru was
he
like,
was like,
"Ah," and he was like,
Yeah.
good job, Akamaru, keep cheating up there.
That's really true.
Yeah.
They would have gotten so caught. I didn't think about
I know,
that.
if
That's just main character syndrome. It's just
exactly,
how
I was
it
about
goes,
to say, if they
Yeah.
didn't have character designs, they would be disqualified as fuck. Naruto has, like you said, literally no special skills. I mean, he has shadow clones, but
You can't shadow clone
you
during
can't
attack.
do that. Yeah, exactly. But Hinata offers to allow him to copy off of her, unable to literally.
Cute.
I know.
She's
Yeah,
so pure.
no,
she
she
was like,
is.
Love her.
Hey Naruto, you can look at my test if you want.
Yeah.
And he was like, why would I do that?
Exactly.
He's just yelling.
He
He's like, what the
cannot
fuck?
get a crush. He's like, oh, so Kiba put you up to this, huh?
Yeah.
But to be fair, I wouldn't put it past Kiba.
Well,
Just like
straight up,
even
yeah, he's
Naruto.
kind of a
is,
bitch.
yeah. And this dude has a dog. He's yelling. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
Akamaru is the only redeeming quality of Kiba.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So Naruto asks why she's helping him, and she covers. She's like, oh, I just don't want the rookies to get split up.
Pure
She's-
at the
I
heart.
love her.
And
And her
tragic.
How
little
did she get
blush
her
all the
answers?
time.
I know.
She's so
Let's get a
cute.
Hinata
Oh my
show.
gosh.
Probably the same way that Neji
Can
did.
I be her?
If they have the same power, but we'll get to that.
I don't
Can
remember
you be
anyone's
Hinata?
names. I just kind of use context clues.
Yeah,
whenever
that's
you're
okay.
talking.
That's okay. Well,
So I don't know who that is.
yeah, Neji, he's coming up. But first, before Naruto can cheat off Hinata, a kunai blows past him, impaling, not penetrating, the paper. That's a callback to last week. The paper of a genin behind him. The proctor who threw it informs the student that he's been caught cheating 5 times and that his team must leave immediately. This is immediately followed by a bevy of students being disqualified, and whenever a student argues their disqualification, the proctors use physical force
Yeah,
to
they
kick
beat
them
the
out.
shit out of those kids.
Yeah, so we see a ton of kids getting disqualified. Still, Hinata encourages Naruto to copy her answers, but Naruto, noticing a proctor take note of their interaction, which is dumb because everybody's talking, denies her offer, not wanting her to be punished for helping him. While Hinata is thrilled to hear that Naruto cares, he's just like, damn it, why did I be noble? God damn it, I should have cheated.
That absolutely killed me. It was insane.
Yeah.
Naruto's, fuck.
I definitely feel
Why
that,
was I a
though.
good guy?
There's a lot of times when you do the right thing
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, God damn it. If I had just been an asshole, this would have been a lot easier.
Don't do the right thing. Donate all your money to us.
No, that is the right thing.
Well, no, the right thing is if they could lose a few dollars without noticing it out of their wallet every day, then they could donate.
To
But
NaruTalk.
But the worst idea is to give us all your money. So
Oh yeah,
do that.
Yeah, do
Give us
that.
all your
$100
money.
tier.
Yeah.
Come be on the podcast.
Avatar World, come with us.
Exactly.
With your money.
Elsewhere, so this is where we see what Neji does next. Is he uses a dojutsu, which is what you call a jutsu. They're in the eye, like
Yes.
the Sharingan or the other thing.
Oh.
Yeah. He does this thing called the Byakugan, and
How did nobody clock him?
I know
He was like,
and he goes
like
Byakugan,
putting all of
and then all the veins appear on his
Yeah.
face, like he's
Okay.
blatantly using a jutsu. But that's fine.
and nobody clocked
And
him.
he sees through another ninja to copy their test.
But shout out Hinata. She didn't need to do that.
Or at least she didn't announce it like a fucking asshole like he did.
That is true.
Because they both have the no pupils, so they can maybe both do it.
Maybe.
Or Hinata's smart like Sakura.
Well, look, if Kakashi could also do the Sharingan, I just assume if you have it, you could just do
yeah.
it.
Well, and Neji and Hinata are both from the Hyuga clan.
Yeah. So they probably both have it.
yeah. And Sasuke also uses his dojutsu. He uses the Sharingan to imitate the movement of a fellow
He
student's
sounded
pen.
like such a dork, dude.
I know.
Sharingan.
Well, Sasuke is kind of a dork.
He is a super dork.
No.
I mean, he's cute. He's like a cute, because he's a little dorky, you know? He would know who Gerard Way is. He would definitely listen to My Chemical Romance.
You know who knew? I just had a stroke, everybody.
Sure. No, but I think he would listen to MCR.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
dude.
Definitely.
Like the Black Parade.
Oh, yeah.
Sasuke would be all over that, bumping that in his room.
Yeah, when I was a young boy, my father and my entire clan got slaughtered.
Oh no!
Dude, I'm pretty sure there's like an AMV out there
Of Black
like,
Parade
the-
and
over the
Sasuke.
slaughter.
There definitely is.
Oh, he's so emo.
He really is. Ino, noticing that Sakura seems to have all the answers, uses mind transfer jutsu to put her mind in Sakura's body.
was
Gonna be
Crazy.
honest, I forgot she had powers.
That's crazy.
Okay, so I saw it, and all of these main characters were
Have some-
cheating, How did they not get
I know.
clocked?
But it's like, first of all, yes, that doesn't make any sense narratively, but like from like a meta perspective, this is a cool way to show off their jutsu.
It
you know?
is. But also,
How
the
did they-
fuck
yeah,
did
that's
this
true.
other random ass man was like, I didn't even cheat 5 times.
I know, and
we
these
don't
guys
know
are
if he
standing there
did.
going, mind transfer jutsu!
Bitch's head just dropped. Like,
When she was starting to do that, I thought that she was gonna like, because their brains switched, that then she would have Sakura's brain.
Oh, yeah.
And then would write all the answers. But then I realized that why would Sakura fill out her test?
And
so.
she even had a line that was like, now I control your soul. It's a little cramped in here, so I assume that Sakura's still there.
Dude, you know what's like terrible to think about?
Having your body taken over by Ino?
Well, that. And if Sakura wasn't smart, she'd be like almost, if not more fucked than Naruto.
I know, because she has nothing. Not even shadow clones.
We don't know what her gimmick is.
Yeah, we really don't.
her gimmick is her forehead.
Oh, and liking Sasuke.
Dude, a headbutt from her must hurt. Are you gonna headbutt people as you cosplay? Yeah. Hey, are you Morgan from NaruTalk? Oh!
Yes, I am!
But so Ino and her whole team's plan is that I guess she'll mind transfer into everyone after memorizing Sakura's answers and just write it on everyone's papers.
That's how it goes.
Hey man, you gotta do what
that's
you
so
gotta
interesting.
do. Isn't that kind of a good idea?
Yeah.
I guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
Except for the part where it's super obvious.
But
But nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Gaara, staying perfectly still, forms an eye out of sand above another student's
Terrifying.
paper.
this one.
so
That
weird.
one should have gotten caught.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
formed an eyeball.
Okay, but the instructor man saw him the whole time.
Yeah. Well,
He
that's
even said, he's so focused. Do you not see the
The
sand?
ball of
There was
sand
sand going
forming
everywhere.
He's
around.
sitting there like this.
But I guess that's
like,
further
what?
proof that like the goal of the test is to have them cheat. You know,
Yeah.
like he sees it and he's like, oh, good cheat.
You know what? Even if it's besides cheating, he's just like, you know what? He could probably beat ass. I don't want to, you know, he passed it.
Yeah.
It's
He'll be
fine.
fine.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about
He's
it.
good. He's ahead of the curve.
And another one is Sand Trio. Kankuro asks to use the bathroom, and a proctor escorts
My
him.
favorite gimmick.
I know.
Kijutsu.
God, we should have saved the bathroom talk for now. But a proctor comes with him to assure that he doesn't cheat. Once in the bathroom, however, it's revealed that the sentinel with Kankuro is a fake planted among the rest.
I love that so
What
much.
was
Yeah,
that?
we don't
I
know.
feel like they just like
It's
drop
no, it's
things
the crow.
No,
sometimes.
it's the crow.
Yeah, that's the crow.
Yeah,
So
but, like-
we don't know.
Okay.
Like whatever he was calling the crow in the last set of episodes is somehow that. But we see the proctor and his face is like falling off, and there's like a whole.
Which, how did that happen?
Yeah, we don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but it gives him the answers. So
It looks fucking sick.
yeah.
I like how
Yeah.
he talked to it too. He's like, haha, they're watching so closely, but they didn't even notice that there's another one among them.
No, but that's the
and
thing.
I was
He's
like,
got to spell it out.
Look,
for us.
I'm a pretty
that
talkative
makes
guy
so
when
much
I'm in the bathroom.
Sure.
And Liam, when we pee often together, he's not a big fan of it either. So I
Like-
really am a fan of Conquer and what he's doing here.
tandem peeing?
Sorry, tandem peeing.
Tandem peeing.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Wait, do you not know what tandem peeing
I
is?
assume it's peeing at the same time.
Well, yes,
No, that's
but on the
crossing
same
it-
toilet.
Oh.
Oh, that's just crossing the stream. That's just what bros do.
No,
I can't.
No. Tandem peeing. Well, so if it was 2 girls, they'd both be sitting on the same toilet.
No, okay, I know that
If
what
it's-
Morgan is saying sounds crazy, but I swear to God, Emma told me about this.
Stop. No.
Well, no, the way Emma did it was wrong.
I think
So
it's
it's-
all
Do
wrong.
you know what a
Bad.
tandem bike is?
Yes.
It's the bike with
Yeah.
like the 2 seats.
Yeah.
So you sit on the toilet, 2 people at a time, and pee at the same time.
Okay, to be fair, think about how long the line for the women's room is sometimes.
Tandem.
Like, honestly,
peeing.
there comes a time I would tandem pee with a dude if we had to sit
Well,
down.
and
pee.
sometimes too,
like I get it.
tandem peeing is also technically if a woman is peeing
I'm sorry I
and a
brought
man.
up pee talk. I'm
PG
I
too.
This is the
apologize.
girl's revenge for you talking about pissing over stalls.
You know what? There's a boys' bathroom and a girls' bathroom.
Hey, wait, we're a balanced podcast
We're a
now.
balanced podcast.
You know, we've talked about all sorts of fucked up ways
Always
to pee.
were.
Well, no, I know, but now in our bathroom talk, we're
And in our hearts, we're neutrally gendered bathrooms.
And next week we're adding an episode called Bathroom Talk, where we talk about pee-jutsu for an hour and a half.
Throughout the montage of all these special skills, we see a lot more teams get disqualified until only 20 minutes and a lot less students remain. Naruto, having failed to answer even a single question.
I've never related.
I know.
Like, oh my god.
But with 20 minutes left, it's getting awful close to that 10th question, and he has to rely entirely on that. And that's the end of episode 24. In episode 25, Ibiki prepares to unveil the 10th question, but informs the Genin that there are some more rules they must be made aware of first. Before he can list them off, Kankuro returns from the bathroom, slipping Tamari a cheat sheet before returning to his seat. So now all of the sand ninja have cheated and they're all taken care of. Kind of weird that there was that like carryover from episode 24 into this one, you know?
I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, these 3 episodes were definitely meant to be watched like together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
Elsewhere, the Jonin squad leaders relax and discuss their pupils. Asuma smoking a cigarette.
Cool
How
motherfucking
cool.
guy.
He relays that the first examiner is Ibiki, which worries Kakashi, who explains to Kurenai, a new Jonin, that he's a torture interrogation specialist.
Dude, he roasted the fuck out of Kurenai.
I know, yeah.
You're new. You definitely don't know who he is.
Felt a little
A
KaCancelled.
little KaCancelled.
To be
Kind of
honest.
mansplaining.
Yeah, the way they were talking to her, that was not great.
no.
Not a good representative of smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, no, not cool.
Not cool at all,
frankly, yeah.
bro. Not at all.
Asuma assures Kurenai that he won't hurt the Genin physically, but that his expertise at mental torture could be, you know, bad for their testing experience.
He does, like, that is really interesting, though. That,
Yeah.
like, there is more to the ninja, like, arsenal.
I know.
Because it's usually just, like, dudes who can do special moves, but this guy is,
and they
like,
even say he's in charge of like the torture squad.
which is, why do you need a torture squad?
Well, they are
They have a cool ass
military.
name. What was it? It was, like, Anbu
Yeah,
Torture.
special
That's
yeah.
so badass.
I know.
Ninja, like, what are they called? Ninja SWAT.
Yeah. Back at the academy, Ibiki begins to list the new rules. First, any test taker is welcome to refuse to accept the 10th question. While this will fail them and their team instantly, they'll have the chance to retake it like Kabuto has done so many times. However, if they accept the question and can't answer it, they'll be barred from ever taking the Chunin exams again, effectively ending their ninja careers, which is an incredibly intense punishment, since we talked about like being a Chunin is the path to the future.
Yeah.
Ugh. So after hearing that, several teams excuse themselves, and Sakura silently urges Naruto to do the same. She thinks about his dreams of becoming Hokage and being recognized, and she's scared that he won't be able to achieve them.
Which was,
was so
so
sad.
sweet, but like my heart was breaking because I was really sad that, I mean, for a moment I forgot how like TV shows work.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, all of their dreams, they're gonna fail. And then I was like, oh wait, there's way more of this show to happen.
Liam, what a weird short podcast idea. They fail on episode 25 and it ends. Sakura even decides to raise her hand and excuse herself to save Naruto, but before she can, he raises his hand.
Dude.
When he did, sorry.
Yeah, you go.
They cut to like reactions from
His team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it was Sakura, Sasuke, and the girl sitting
Hinata?
next to him that I don't
Yeah,
know.
Hinata.
And it's just like the two of them are gonna fail and like have to wait till next year to take this test, where she just won't get to sit next to her crush for a few more minutes, and she's still so
But
upset.
come on.
Like it's so cute.
That's pretty,
I
yeah.
was like, oh.
I never thought that I shipped Hinata and Naruto, but I kind
I
of do
do.
now.
I
I'm
definitely
with it.
do. They're
Like,
so
this
cute.
Because they're so different, but they would work so well together because she's so quiet and sweet, and he's
know.
just like,
The second he notices her, it's, oh, come on, that's perfect. Beautiful.
But,
yeah.
my bad. So, notoriously, I do shit on Hulu ads a lot. I think they're the
Right.
worst thing ever, and they're a form of psychological torture. But when Naruto raised his hand, that's when he went to commercial break. And that's like the first time I've been like, oh no, and
You're,
like
like, on the edge of
please.
your seat.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, that's
pretty good.
crazy.
Yeah, well, Naruto raising his hand is not a gesture of defeat. He slams it down and announces his refusal to ever quit or back down, insisting he'll become Hokage, and sparking admiration from his teammates. It's another moment of Sasuke and Sakura being friendly to him.
Gonna be honest,
which was
I hated this scene.
Really?
I loved
I
it.
hated everything Naruto was saying, and I wasn't like, I'm not trying to be like a pessimist, like
Right.
negative Nancy, but like,
Sure.
it's supposed to be a test, and they're supposed to be quiet, and besides that, who are you yelling for?
Yeah,
Like-
Naruto just likes to yell. But, okay, but that being said, and then, like, after he yells, Ibiki even has to admit that there's 78 kids remaining, and he's like, these guys aren't going to back down now. Like, so who's he yelling for?
Yeah.
For everyone.
No,
He
but
inspired them.
I get that, but just shut the fuck
Oh, no,
up.
he's
Yeah.
annoying, sure.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, from time to time, it gets
I guess
results.
if you were to tell me the same situation and remove the no offense to Miley, the vocal part itself, not her voice, but the lack of voice.
Yeah.
And you showed me, I'd be like, oh, that's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And then hearing it,
he does,
and knowing the room, like read the room, buddy. Shut
true.
The fuck up.
That
I
is
guess
true.
it would be interesting to watch that part with the sub on.
Oh, definitely.
And how it would change that.
Well, maybe not. Again, it's not even like a vocal thing. I hated it. Just happened.
It's socially. Just imagine the
yes,
anxiety.
but I think if you listened to it not in English,
Okay,
and not
overall, I think it's a bra moment. That's all it was. It was
Yeah,
an official
it is a
NaruTalk
little-
bra moment.
Yeah, it's like, oh, buddy. But
I cringe a little saying that.
He does
but-
that all the, he does that. he does that all the time, you know, that kind of stuff. But it does strengthen the resolve of everybody else in the room.
True.
Finally, Ibiki tells them the 10th question, or rather, that there is no 10th question. What?
Got him!
Ibiki explains that the initial 9 questions indeed existed to test the information gathering skills of the Genin. They made them impossibly difficult on purpose and put 2 plants among the examinees for the others to copy off of.
See, but okay, how do they? The fact that they didn't check the tests at all, how do they know that like teams didn't feed the other teams incorrect information? Like
They don't. It's just
So-
about like
but that doesn't matter.
They test you
it
as
was
a ninja.
literally
not, like,
just a test to
yeah.
see if you could cheat.
And not
didn't they say like they? I think they did say like that information from like you don't know what information to trust.
Oh yeah,
and,
you don't
like,
want to get false info.
Yeah, like that's worse than getting no info at all.
Well,
and
that's more of like a general thing. They wouldn't assume because the thing is, this is like school shit.
I think it's
yeah. But like, who knows that Sakura's answers were right, and
but
Right.
that,
like
the whole
brain
point was that
transferred, and that's
it
where it all
didn't
came
matter.
right. So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like if they didn't answer it, then they let the pressure get to them and they failed.
But what if Sakura was trying to trick them on purpose?
But that
Like,
doesn't
what
matter
no.
because that even then that would be like, oh, she's a ninja, so she could use this against an
Yeah,
enemy to trick
that's just
kind of
like not what the test is.
Because
on.
that's
Like,
what like
you
Naruto
raise a valid
thought,
point.
Too.
Don't
yeah.
get me wrong.
Naruto even thought like Hinata was like trying to trick him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
which is why
And
I was like,
I think
well,
you
is that
raise
just
a
pointless?
valid point, but that's just kind of it is just that's not the.
Okay, so within the limitations of what we all know, obviously yes, but to be creative, maybe they did like maybe Shino's bug flew around the whole room. He like cross-examined
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So if you wanna make some,
I mean, the kids who are good at cheating
Yeah.
would be able to tell probably.
Yeah.
Gara
Anyways.
put sand in the room, and no
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
like, oh, definitely not cheating. That guy.
I just don't know.
Whoa,
how
we're at a
he did
beach
it.
now. Wow.
That was
Yeah,
that was just absurd. Yeah.
I hate
Just-
sand so much.
I know.
That
but,
made me so uncomfortable.
I don't know if you guys noticed this, but while Ibiki's doing his rant,
Mm-hmm.
they cut to like his back, and you can clearly see the old man is still there.
Yeah.
He is kicking. He
He
did
made
not
it.
leave.
I know.
Yeah.
He's gonna become a Chunin, bro.
But he's
Middle-aged dad.
gonna become Hokage, bro.
Yeah,
That
straight
guy-
up. No, it's gonna be Naruto's gonna be defeated in the final episode by middle-aged Mustached Sweater-vest Man.
Oh my God, I love that.
middle-aged mustache sweater vest man.
Yeah, that's his name.
We should make him merch.
Canonically. We should all cosplay
Yes,
as
I
him.
really
Wait,
All
think
four
make
of
like a costume.
Oh my
wear
gosh!
nice
Wait,
sweater
one of us
vests.
can be the mustache, one of us can be the sweater vest, one of us can be the spectacles, and one of us can be the headband, and we'll form together like Voltron.
walk around like a totem pole.
I think that'd be pretty good.
That'd be so funny.
It'd be eye grabbing for sure.
But yeah, Ibiki explains sort of the, you know, he explains the goal and the goal of gathering the information and everything. And to drive the point home, he takes off his head covering and reveals burns, scars, and drilled in holes, all inflicted presumably while being tortured.
fucking Sasuke, man, he's like, oh, what a mess, dude.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
I know,
Stop,
seriously, that's not
dude.
something-
That's not okay. That's not cool.
Yeah.
You're just being a
I think
meanie.
he got
KaCancelled.
yeah.
The 10th question's goal was to test how the Genin would react in a no-win situation, a common occurrence in the violent world of shinobi. Only those willing to risk everything to succeed in their mission could be considered for Chunin, and all those brave enough to stay for the 10th question passed the first part of the exam. Like we were saying, the first 9 questions don't matter. If you stayed, you pass.
Yeah.
Ibiki wishes the students good luck as Naruto stands and celebrates loudly. Now listen, Raj, I know you don't like when he yells, but bro, he didn't answer a single question. He deserves to celebrate this one.
This part, I
Celebration is necessary.
Yeah,
look,
seriously.
it's not even like a thing where I don't like where Naruto is like excited or whatever.
Right.
This part was good. Don't. It's
Yeah.
just like when I think it's unnecessary for him to do so.
And when he talks about being Hokage, he
Yeah.
does that a lot.
That's annoying. But this one was really good. He was really
Yeah.
I felt that I was like, dude, you answered nothing.
I know, he got...
The ultimate finesse.
And it's all his guts. Like,
Like,
that's
he was
awesome.
so worried. He was like, no, I'm just going to do the final question. The final question will I'll redeem myself.
And he did.
And then he was like, fuck yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. Then suddenly, a woman bursts through the window of the exam room, hanging a massive banner from the ceiling and striking a pose in one fluid motion. Yeah, it was insane. Anko Mitarashi announces that she'll be the proctor for the second portion of the exam. And Ibiki right away is like, are you fucking kidding me? Can you, like, calm down?
Yeah, relax.
You're early.
Yeah, seriously. Anko scolds Ibiki for allowing so many candidates to make it through the first round, but Ibiki defends the Genin, sure that they're a strong group. Still, Anko insists that by the end of the second round, more than half of them will be eliminated.
She's just mad.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe it's foreshadowing.
Oh, yeah. It means they'll get rid of all the cookie cutter,
dun.
no one looking characters.
Not middle-aged Mustached Sweater-vest Man.
No. He has the head of every main character
Oh,
who
yeah.
gets out there. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, he
middle-aged
does
man-
become a guy.
Yeah, he dies.
She informs the Genin that the second round will start the following day and that their squad leaders will give them the details. That evening, when everyone has cleared the room, Ibiki collects the written tests. Noticing that Naruto didn't answer a single question, Ibiki laughs, amused by the knucklehead ninja.
Just so funny.
I thought it was a nice... Because even, like, while they were testing, when Naruto was doing his little yells and shit, Ibiki was like, what a funny little guy.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, because I think knowing the inside of a teacher is really cool.
Yeah.
That's usually like the teachers you end up being friends
I
with.
like Ibiki. He's
So, like,
kind of cool.
He reminded me, okay, so I had this earth science teacher. He
Uh-huh.
was a pretty young guy. He was just new to the school, it was his first year, and we all had lab. And he hates us.
Sure.
He hates everything about us,
Uh-huh.
and everyone's leaving. I'm the last to give him my lab. I turn it in, and he goes, Raj? I'm like, yes. He goes, I should have been a cop.
That's an insane moment, though.
Yeah, and
I
that
know what
blew
you
my
mean.
mind. It's just something like that close, the inside of a
Yeah.
teacher. So for him to go, I just passed a kid who answered nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love
know.
that so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he really did. Naruto deserves it.
Oh, no, he
Yeah.
He's
does.
a good kid.
He's a main character.
Yeah, oh yeah. The following day, the Genin arrive at the testing facility for the second phase of the exam, the 44th training ground, otherwise known as the Forest of Death. And that's the end of episode 25.
Woo.
Big time drama.
Yeah.
Big
Excellent
bombshell.
cliffhanger.
Excellent
Claphanger.
Excellent clap hangers.
Clap.
Everyone, clap. Go.
Don't clap. Oh. Anyways,
clapped.
well, what did you guys think of these episodes?
Great.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved them.
I was so entertained the
Yeah.
entire
Yeah,
time.
and here's the thing: the animation sucked ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, I
so
think
bad.
this was the worst, some of the worst animation we've seen.
I was gonna
Really
do that whole
ugly.
thing where I gave like art notes, and then I was watching it, and I was
It
like,
was just so bad.
When Ibiki was doing his whole like 10th question speech, a majority of the scenes were like outside stills
Yeah.
and shit. It was just so bad.
But the writing was just fantastic.
insane. It like really overshadowed the art. It was really
Yeah,
good.
they made a written test the most compelling episodes of a fight anime we've seen so far.
I love that.
That
so
is
much.
absurd.
That was cool. It was, and like all the little like gimmicky like tricks and stuff was just
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
fun to see.
It's what a brilliant way to introduce a ton of new jutsu, not in combat, but in like the
Yeah.
strategic way to
This
use
is the
them.
way I can
love
pay
that.
attention
Yeah.
to it.
Isn't that excellent?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously as time goes on, we'll probably see them in battles, but like, and now we'll be able to be like, oh, that's how he can use
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
It'll
yeah,
make it
no.
a lot easier to follow along, I feel like, specifically for me.
Yeah. No, I think these episodes were really something else, man.
No, for
Yeah.
real, they were great.
All right.
Great stuff.
Let's get into some reader responses. Now, if you want to let us know what you think of episodes and us, ask us questions, tell us how you're listening and why, and, whatever. Give comments, give concerns, give whatever. You can get in touch with us at our Gmail, which is narutalkpod@gmail.com. On Facebook, we're NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast. Our YouTube is NaruTalk Pod. We have a recent video that went up of Emma and I at Comic-Con before we interviewed Miley Flanagan. Our Instagram and Twitter are at NaruTalkPod. You can use the hashtag NaruTalkPod or NaruTalkers or whatever. This is literally all I use social media for, so I'll see it. Our website is narutalk.wordpress.com. And our Patreon is www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. It'll mean a lot if you donate to us, even just like
a dollar.
yeah, like Raj said, whatever you
promise.
wouldn't notice falling out of your pocket. We have a couple of tiers. You know, obviously the more you give, the more you get.
Definitely, yeah.
But the $2 tier gets you into our Discord server, so you'll be able to ask us questions directly, and we're in that. And the $5 tier, and this is the big reveal here, is that the $5 tier gets you bonus episodes every month.
Ooh,
and I'll talk a little bit more about the bonus episode we have coming out for September at the end, but you do want to get in on that now, because for $5, you get more NaruTalk, baby. Links for everything that I just said are in the description below, or you can, rewind the podcast 30 seconds. It's up to you, whether you're a visual or listening learner,
Listening learner.
But let's hear what some of the people who wrote in at those places had to say. Does anyone want to go first?
I will.
All right, okay.
Okay, so we got this wonderful email from Sean.
Wait, not Sean.
Oh,
that one he put in there.
Oh.
Sean number 1.
So Sean number 1.
I know.
Hey guys, I stumbled upon your podcast on Spotify and I started listening and just wanted to say y'all are hella funny to listen to. I'm only on episode 3 because I only listen to y'all when I drive, but just wanted to say, love the podcast. Even though y'all are watching the dub, I won't lie, I almost quit listening after hearing that, lol.
Okay, the dub is great for the show, but fine.
But I'm letting it slide because listening to y'all is really funny. Also, a brown dude like Rod, so love the racism from Emma, I think. Or maybe it was Allie, lol. It was Emma. Also, it's really weird that y'all keep mentioning a Sean or a Sean that Emma knows, I think. I swear I'm not a stalker of the same Sean,
Yes.
but yeah, that's all much love. Sincerely, another brown weeb coincidentally named Sean.
Yeah, so there was this guy way before we launched the podcast that followed our social medias named Sean.
Yes,
yeah.
I remember that.
Who was just this guy that Emma knew. So we joked a lot about how we had a stalker named Sean.
That's
I remember that.
But Sean, thank you so much for emailing us. It's it's so powerful and it's insane to hear another brown man weeb.
Yeah, it means a lot to all of us to hear you write
really
in.
does.
All right, which one of you wants to go next?
Love you, Sean.
I'll go.
Okay.
Sean 1.
So on Twitter, we were contacted by Water Twice, is their user. They said Sakura is actually the oldest person in Team 7. Sakura was born March 28th, Sasuke July 23rd, and Naruto August 10th.
So if I can... no, go for it.
Oh, I was just going to keep reading.
Oh, right. Well, no, it's
But that's... It says August 10th, and then they correct themselves to October 10th later.
Oh!
So,
Well, just before we get there...
I don't know if I should read the typo or not,
read
but I
the
did.
correct
No, it's good. It's good.
Correct one, yeah.
But the reason that they're writing in for that is that Naruto, in the early episodes, they say that he failed Ninja Academy like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Which would mean he should know Neji and Rock Lee and Tenten. And he should be a good 2 or 3 years older than everyone else.
Yeah.
But we know that he was born 12 years ago because this huge event happened when he was born. We'll talk about it on the recap episode. Everybody listening already knows. Ooh, that was the teaser. Recap episode. What does that mean? Stay tuned. But the point is, we were talking about how Naruto must be way older than them. But they just kind of pushed that under the rug.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Sakura is the oldest, according to this person.
Right,
even
and I
though
think
Naruto should be the oldest.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So they did this is official now, what this person sent us. But theoretically, if they had stuck to that original thing, Naruto would be way older than them.
Got it.
Anyways, keep it rolling.
It says, enjoying the podcast. I've finished it, and Sasuke is my favorite character. What about you guys so far, for you who are watching for the first time?
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
that's us. I like the awkward one who was sitting
Oh,
next to
Hinata?
Oh, Hinata. Yeah, that's a great pick.
Naruto.
Great pick.
I don't know, I loved her.
That's fair.
I respect.
I like the dog.
Agamaru.
Yeah.
Hell
The
yeah.
boy. Love him a lot.
Right on.
Then they said, shit, I just realized I wrote August instead of October. I've made a mistake. Naruto's birthday is October 10th, not August 10th. I'm sorry, fam. I was reading through the reader responses, and because of this message, realized that I share the same birthday as Naruto. So that's why I read
We
that
got
one.
2 Narutos on the podcast.
Do you know what day of the week October 10th is this
I
year?
think it's a Thursday.
Oh, we might record on your birthday.
Maybe.
But,
it's a Thursday.
I love when if things happen on Mondays. That's so exciting because that's when we put our stuff out.
It's definitely not a Monday.
And Morgan, what's your reader response?
My reader response is from Instagram user Izzy Mae Dawson. And I'm assuming she, if not, I apologize.
Yeah, no.
But she said, you guys do a great job of explaining Naruto and making it interesting. Plus, I like hearing about your life at college. Smiley face. Although your friend's English accent is terrible. Ha ha ha.
Yes, that's definitely referring to Emma and
Yeah,
her.
it's so bad.
It's awful.
It's kind of like absurd. Though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
unreal.
It almost goes into absurdist like art.
Yeah. Wow.
Especially
How great she is.
we had to do a couple episodes when Emma was fully concussed.
Yes.
And,
She was just losing her mind.
Yeah.
We apologize.
when she would just default go into the accent because she couldn't do anything else.
Poor Emma.
yeah.
I love Emma a lot.
Yeah,
We
and,
miss you, Emma.
and
Come
we
back
love
soon.
at Water Twice on Twitter. We love
Yeah.
Sean #1 on our email, and
Thank
we
you,
love
love you.
Izzy
Izzy
Mae
Mae
Dawson.
Dawson.
Great
So
people.
much. Yes, that's
Thank you
yeah,
for your
fantastic.
support.
And if you love us, please like, subscribe, rate, whatever you do, wherever you are. The best way to get in touch with us is leaving reviews, because it really helps with our visibility, especially 5-star reviews, which we'll always read out on the podcast, and I'm about to do right now. A great 5-star review that we got, for example, is from the Brazilian Million, who said, "Fun podcast. Happy I found you guys early on. Excited to see how the podcast grows. Only downside is I now picked up smoking to be cooler and have a desire to watch Avatar."
Oh, I love that so much.
I know, so good. Thank you so much for
You're
listening.
amazing.
Yeah, I think his name is Dave. He might have signed it and I didn't put it in there, but thank you so much for listening and leaving a review. That really helps us out a lot. And big thanks now to our art team, Glenn Federico, who made our logo with the Naruto and
Fuck
Sasuke
yeah.
cigarettes, goddamn, silhouettes.
Oh no.
And a massive thanks to Ali Caruso, who, even though she's no longer a co-host, makes our episode art, which is phenomenal.
They're so
Love her
cute.
so
Yes.
much. Yeah.
Every week she makes the most ballin' photoshops, and
Yeah.
oftentimes on insanely short notice.
Yeah, she's
we love
genuinely
Allie,
one of the
yeah.
most artistically talented people I
She's
know.
wonderful.
Just
Yeah.
a great person.
It's
overall.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And so when you are on our Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or wherever we share the pictures and you see those bomb-ass photoshops, that's all Allie. And they are fantastic, and we appreciate them so, so much. So, here's some news. Next Monday, we are skipping our first episode. Episode 26 is filler, and we don't talk about filler on this show.
It's whack.
I know, because I came up on Naruto with the manga, and
Yeah.
frankly, I'm not trying to share this bullshit.
Yeah, it's not the wave.
Plus, my Eli, my little
Yeah.
brother, the poor fucking kid, he wanted to watch Naruto so that we could talk about it together. But we neither of us knew about filler. So Eli watched all 700 episodes of Naruto.
R.I.P.
I mean,
That's dedication, though. That's
I
really
know.
nice. That's so
but
sweet
every
of
time
him.
we play the video games, he looks at like the bubble dude or whatever who's from the filler, and he's like, "Liam, I can tell you all about this guy because I watched 30 episodes that didn't matter to the plot, and I know all about him."
Hate that.
So yeah, to protect all of you watching along at home, don't watch episode 26. Don't watch filler. Unless you want to listen to our first episode of Rio Radio. Now, Rio Radio is going to be our Patreon exclusive bonus episodes. You're going to get about one a month unless I get some crazy inspiration and want to record more. But basically, at the $5 tier, you're going to get a bonus episode. And for our first one, the 26th episode is a recap episode. What better time to do a quick recap of the show and answer some of your questions with our new co-hosts than with a recap episode.
Woo.
Yeah. So next week on our Patreon, this special first episode is going to go up, and we're going to answer your questions, so send them in to us, and we're going to talk about all of the episodes leading up to now, and just, hang out. It's going to be a lot more casual, a little bit of a different feel, probably a little shorter, but yeah, if you want one of those every month, just pledge at the $5 or more tier, and you'll get one of those.
Exciting.
Yes. Other than that, though, we are skipping episode 26, and on the main feed next week, we're going to be watching just two episodes, episode 27 and 28. So again, skip episode 26.
Don't watch it.
Unless you do, and you want to subscribe to our Patreon.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, I wouldn't watch episode 26.
Because we'll do such a great job of recapping.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got you.
The
We
Patreon
got your
episode,
back.
it's for Morgan and Katie,
Yes.
and then the question and answers are for the audience.
We
you
have
know
to
what I
watch
mean?
episode 26.
Yeah, you guys should
Please
probably
bring us some great questions. No whack shit.
Yeah, and honestly, if we don't get a ton of questions for this one, that's okay. I have some things that I don't super want to say on the public feed,
Yeah.
but I'll get into on there. It'll be
Yeah.
a little bit more intimate, a little bit more secret.
Ask us
Like
about
you're
our
sitting
lives. We'll
down
tell you
with
anything.
us.
Yeah,
I'll tell you all my childhood trauma. I don't care.
yeah, I'll send you my room key. But yeah, that'll be on the $5 tier of our Patreon soon. And other than that, next week it's going to be, like I said, episodes 27, 28. If you watch ahead, write in, let us know what you think of those episodes. That's always great. And until then, I guess all there really is left to say is be safe, have fun, believe it.